allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Almighty God, reach down and grace us with your presence in these meetings today and guide us to have compassion for our fellow man and make those decisions that you would be proud of. We ask these things in Christ's name. Amen. Amen. If you haven't signed in out front, please do so. First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from November 25th.
Move to approve as submitted.
Second.
Moving and seconded, those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And then opposed, motion carries. Next is Christopher Burke review fees, $5,247.25.
Move for approval.
Second.
Moving and seconded, further discussion? Those in favor of that motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those that are opposed, motion carries. Next is train maintenance expenses of $26,450.
Move for approval. Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there further discussion? Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
They're not opposed, motion carries. Acceptance of the auditor's report for the same amount.
Move for approval.
Second.
Is there further discussion? Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
They're not opposed, motion carries. Town projects, Pittsboro, Kinley Horn, are they present? Step forward, please, give your name and address. If you'll stand right there beside the surveyor, so we can have it recorded. Name and address, please.
Yeah, my name is Chad Mays. I'm with Kimley Horn and Associates, the site civil engineering group. We're located at 500 East 96th Street, Suite 300 in Indianapolis. Thank you.
We'll switch.
Great. Thank you.
This project, there's Jeff Gordon, there's the intersection of Pittsboro. We're in this area right here, this project. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So brought a little quick slideshow to kind of help illustrate the overall project.
Which one?
The top one there. Yeah. So I've been retained by ARCO out of the Kansas City office to design a 500,000 square foot build-to-suit industrial building for FTI. Slideshow rolling.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, so as mentioned, the project's located on the north side of 74, east of Jeff Gordon Boulevard, and to the west of County Road 400 East. Go to the next slide. The address for the residence that's there now is 8180 North County Road 401 East. Again, it's a built-to-suit light industrial building, approximately 47 to 48 acres, 501,000 square feet roughly, with 410 parking spaces. This is the zoning map for Pittsboro. It does reside in the 74 overlay. Here's the site plan. So to the north is the existing legal drain where the site will release. There are two pond areas, ponds and series on the west side of the proposed building, and then a wet pond on the right side of the building, or east, true north. As part of the project, there's some fill in the existing floodplain, so we're abiding by the ordinance and providing this area of compensatory storage per that ordinance regulation. Water quality is included with wet ponds and series as well as hood and snouts. Yeah, we could go to the next slide. Overall landscape plan, abiding by the ordinance. For Pittsboro, there will be screening of evergreens on the south side, and we are working with the east property owner for a additional, outside of the ordinance, I would say exceeds the ordinance, for landscape berm there. It will be out of the drainage easement, so for both of these areas for the ordinance. So you can see this is the legal drain up here. So the comp storage has equalizer pipes here, duals, The wet pond will release here and then convey flow that way. And then for this side, there's proposed storm sewer that'll collect runoff, convey it to the wet pond on the south side, and then there's the equalizer pipe for the north pond that'll then release to the legal drain on the north side.
And as was mentioned, we're just looking at the impacts to the regulated drain. This is in the town of Pittsboro. I've got my recommendation of approving this preliminarily and final, subject to all the conditions of the Hendricks County Stormwater Ordinance and technical standards. Also subject to the town of Pittsboro's approval, subject to, if any revisions are made later on, subject to my approval. So we don't have to come back to the Drainage Board on that. And a $250 per acre annual drainage maintenance fee to the Rose Boom regulated drain. Any questions you have?
I posed a question to the town of Pittsboro. I think it would be appropriate, if you can't tell us now, we can find out from Pittsboro. Who owns the parcel?
Currently, FTI has acquired the parcel,
Okay.
or a portion of the parcel.
Okay, so they, in other words, because this has been brought up to me, if once the switchgear is all built, that's what they're gonna plan to do there, and there's no longer a need for that, we still need somebody to pay that drainage assessment, so we just kind of need to have somebody on record who's gonna do that. So if you could impart that to Tiffany or Dave, I'd appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah, they closed on the property a couple weeks ago, I want to say.
Okay, thank you. Just let them know. You have the recommendation of preliminary and final from the surveyor's office. Board will obtain a motion one way or the other.
Hey, Bob, I have a question.
Question.
Dave, on the compensatory storage.
Compensatory storage?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, compensatory storage. What is like the, guidelines for that? Is it grass? Is it how does that work again?
So whenever anybody fills in, you got the floodway coming through. If somebody fills in a portion of that floodway, they have to compensate for what they take away somewhere else. And so we don't necessarily dictate how they do that, but somehow they have to compensate for that storage that was in that natural floodway that they have now taken away. So that's what they're doing with this compensatory storage.
So it will, most likely it will be,
I was just thinking it's something that can be maintained,
Yeah,
in the future.
as long as it's something like a holding pond. So when it reaches that 100-year flood stage, the water will still have the same storage and capacity as before they built in that floodway area. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was just making sure, it's something that can be maintained years to come, it's mowable or whatever you decide to put in there, whatever the plans are, but, just keeping
What you
it
decided to do.
full of trees.
So the way it's designed now is, let's see. Flipped around, there it goes. Okay, so there is a high point here in the middle, if you can envision, and it is graded to sheet flow to the banks with an underdrain to try and get that drainage away, but it's intended to be like mowable grass seed at the bottom.
There's subsurface drainage, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, around the perimeter
Okay,
of the
perfect.
comp storage
Perfect.
to try and get that thing to drain best we can
Sounds good.
with grass seed. Yeah.
These are all good, appropriate questions. Are there any other questions? Do we have a motion? The chair will entertain a motion.
I move to approve preliminary and final approval for S-10-25.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Is there further discussion? Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And none opposed, motion carries.
Thank you. Thank you all. Have a good day.
Cruise Consulting, that's to be continued. Chair will entertain a motion for continuance.
So moved.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to continue S1125. Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries.
To January meeting or when?
That's my recommendation.
Yes, yes, but thank you.
Yes.
Let it be recorded that way. Next is DPR 526, Connection Point Manning Engineering.
This project is between old US 36 and new US 36. Prestwick is right here. This project is in this area, these parcels right here.
If you recall, we were before you, I believe it was early summer, April, May, something like that. The church had owned the western parcel, the long skinny western parcel against the subdivision. Yep, thank you, Dave. They then had an offer on the table to buy the two parcels to the east, which really benefited the site. It benefited the building layout. So we stalled for a little bit, redesigned, and now we're back before you for primary only at this point. We'll be back next month for the minor plat and secondary.
The drainage hasn't changed,
Right.
honestly, and they're still outletting to the US Highway 36 existing ditch.
And we just submitted to NDOT yesterday.
So this is preliminary only.
You have in front of you the recommendation from the Surveyor's Office for preliminary approval only. Chair will entertain a motion.
I'll move for preliminary approval of DPR 526.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there further discussion? Those in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? None opposed, motion carried. Next is DPR.
Move to
this is
continue DPR
recommended-
531.
Yes.
Second?
It's been recommended that, and we have the motion, a second to continue DPR
David,
531.
one second. Yes, sir.
Yes, absolutely.
So, yes, I recommended continuing this. I've talked to the project engineer. I would like to amend my recommendation to you
Okay.
if I can. Sorry, Brad.
Absolutely.
I'm okay with preliminary approval, but I'm recommending secondary continuance.
Okay.
I will
Sorry.
remove my motion.
I'll remove my second.
Let it be recorded that way. Okay, AR Engineering?
Yeah, my name's Joe Leonard. I'm with Second Circle Investments. AR Engineering's my civil engineer.
Address, please.
14137 Warbler Way North, Carmel, Indiana.
Okay.
So this project, by the way, here's Raceway Road, here's 136. We're right in here for this project. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, and so we're developing a Dollar General market there. Andrew's been working with Dave on figuring out the drainage. I spoke with Andrew just prior to this meeting, and there was a couple comments that we're addressing. We'll be resubmitting today, and I guess coming back next month for hopefully approval.
Final.
Waiting on NDOT. It's probably not a shock, but we're trying to work through that. And hopefully, we've been in several months, so I anticipate we'll have something here in the next couple of weeks.
So Dave, you're recommending preliminary approval.
But
You've heard the recommendation of the surveyor of DPR 531 for preliminary approval. Is there discussion on that?
I'll make that motion for preliminary approval of DPR 531.
Thank you.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there further discussion? Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
There are none opposed, motion carries. Next is 1225 Lockmiller Group. This is regarding County Road 1000.
That move that
Oh,
to
this will be continued.
continue this project to January 13th meeting.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to continue this project to January 13th. Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no opposed. Motion carries. The next one is B3 Company, the MIP 1208, and that's recommended for continuance as well.
Move for continuance.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to continue. Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And none opposed, motion carries. Next is MIP 1207, Dale Cruz.
Good morning, Dale Cruz, Cruz Consulting, 7384 Business Center Drive in Avon, and I'm here this morning on behalf of the Bassett family that recently purchased this 20-acre parcel from the Nyer family. This is County Road 150 South. This is County Road 775 West. This is the road that goes into Heritage Lake. Heritage Lake is right over here.
75 right here, State Road 75.
So New Winchester's right up here. And the proposal in front of us today is to divide this parcel into three building sites for 3 homes. It's, we're taking the western 2/3, approximately this western 2/3, and dividing it into 3 lots. Lot. And then this parcel here will be left for sale for either an adjoiner to purchase or one of these people in combination to buy this remaining piece. There's a lot of floodplain on, there you go. So it wasn't viable to make this part of the lots. The lots cut off right in here, and one lot. And this was, being that it's all floodplain, it wasn't desirable to have that included as part of the lots. So we just left that as a separate parcel. So just to recap, we're here today to ask for approval of a 3-lot minor plat with the 3 lots facing, running east-west, facing out towards 775 West.
You've heard the presentation by Dale. The Surveyor's Office is recommending preliminary and final approval. Chair will entertain a motion or discussion.
So moved. Second.
Been moved for preliminary and final approval on MIP 1207. Is there further discussion? Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And none opposed, motion carries. MIP 758, Dale Cruz.
We're all over the county.
This is Marsh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, again, I'm Dale Cruz, Cruz Consulting, 7384 Business Center Drive in Avon. This project we're talking about is for the Marsh family, and it's right there.
Yeah.
And you may to be recorded now. They built a short cul-de-sac that comes in here that has been built, which left this remnant piece. And after 2 tries with this property owner to purchase this piece, that ultimately failed. So we're back today to ask for this remainder piece to be divided into 2 approximately 2-acre lots. And so you'll see on your agenda that this is a major plat, and the reason is because we've already done our 3-lot minor plat on these 2 parcels, so we're getting more than that's a major plat. So in any other instance, this would be a 2-lot minor plat, but because of the technicality that we've already done a 3-lot plat, this one gets to be a major plat, but it's only 2 lots. So it's 2 lots. The 2 lots will both have access off of the cul-de-sac road that they just built. No access off of 700. Drainage goes to this waterway that's down here, which is not a legal drain, nor is it have a map for it. That's where our drainage
It has
goes.
good drainage.
You heard the presentation by Dale, and you'll also notice there's no regulated drain. Chair will entertain a motion for preliminary and final approval.
Move for approval of preliminary and final MAP 758.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there further discussion? Those in favor of that motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? None opposed, motion carried. MIP 1205, Truesdale, Dale Cruz.
One more time, Dale Cruz, Cruz Consulting, 7384 Business Center Drive in Avon. This project is on 1000 North, way up in the far northeast portion of the county. It's almost in Marion County. It's this parcel right here. Mr. Truesdale owns this parcel right here. We used to have a process in the county called a divisional lot split. We used to be able to do those. This parcel was created as a divisional lot split. And then this parcel he purchased was actually a leftover remnant from this parcel, which this parcel here is technically an illegal lot split. So the proposal in front of you today is to take these two parcels and make 3 lots out of it. So we're taking 2 and making 3. We're gonna create a parcel around the existing home. We're gonna legitimize this parcel. We're gonna make this parcel a legal split by making it one of the lots. And then the 3rd lot would be this vacant lot down here. So the idea is we end up with 1 vacant lot, 1 lot that already has a home on it, and 1 lot that already has a barn on it. The tricky thing about this one, or the interesting thing about this one, is the county's legal drain map shows this legal drain through here as being a tile. But in talking with the surrounding the landowner to the north and to the west, the farmer that owns this, it's actually an open ditch from about here. The tile stops here, the tile dumps out right here. This actually is open ditch. And his request to me when I talked to him was that we clean all this out. And so what we've done is we have made a commitment to clearing the path, the waterway path through Truesdale's property. We don't have any control over this property, and it's upstream of us. So
We do have control of it, though.
Okay.
So my client, Mr. Truesdale, is committed to clearing this to 20 feet either side of the waterway. This is thick. There's not really large. There's not a lot of large trees in here, but it's a lot of thick briars and lot of undergrowth. It's very difficult to even walk through. So Truesdale's committed to clearing both sides of that waterway through the property as a 40-foot width. And that's really the trickiest thing about this one. It's a little outside the boxes because this has a clearing element to it. The rest of it is pretty standard. There's a good drainage outlet for perimeter drains and for septic system for this one. This one already has a septic, and this one has a good outlet over here also.
Well, it's uncommonly generous that you're going to clear the trees out yourself. You can see the Surveyor's Office recommends preliminary and final approval. Chair will entertain discussion or a motion regarding MIP 1205.
So Dave, would we have any plans to, since they're gonna clear out part of that legal drain, to clear out our part?
We do now.
Okay. All right.
He's committed to it, but is there a timeline, for us to match, continuing it upstream?
Well, normally, unless they post a bond, they have to perform the improvements before they can record the plat. So I'm assuming that that's going to happen fairly quickly. Whatever schedule they're on, once they get that done, then I'll come to you and recommend that we go ahead and clear the rest of that to the north. We'll help everybody's drainage that way, the farmers certainly, and it is working. The tile's working, so yeah.
Where does the legal drain end? Does it cross the road there?
No, right there. That's I've done some research on that legal description because Dale and I had that discussion, and as far as I can tell, that's a pretty close estimate of where it ends. Why? I mean, we have these all over the counties.
Yeah, they are.
The county where the legal description just ends in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
For whatever reason. That's what we have to go by, the legal description.
Okay. I think we do need to be cognizant of what's going to happen
Right.
downstream once
No.
it gets cleared out. But we don't have a legal obligation in there. Chair will entertain a motion for further discussion or for approval of preliminary and final for MIP 1205.
So moved.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded regarding 1205. Is there further discussion? Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
There are none opposed, motion carries.
Thank you.
Next is MIP 1206, DES engineering.
This project is west of New Winchester, almost to the Putnam County line. This is the minor plat portion of it, which creates the buildable lot. This is not the DPR, it's not the development plan of it. This just creates the boundary and makes it a legal parcel to do what they're wanting to do based on zoning and all the other fun things. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Name and address, please.
My name is Luke Gill. I work at DES Engineering. Our office is located at 214 East Main Street, Crawfordsville, Indiana. As mentioned, we're just here for the secondary approval of that minor plat. We'll be back in January for the DPR approval. After working through some comments that we got from both the engineer and the surveyor, we are in full compliance now. We have gone through Planning Commission review and they did not have any issues. We have started the plat recording process for this minor plat. We are just here seeking secondary approval for that plat.
Mr. Chairman,
Absolutely.
so are we on DPR 529,
No, we're on minor
We're
plat
on 1206,
1206.
right.
1206? But that says on our material preliminary and final approval,
For the minor plat, yes.
okay? But you said secondary.
Yeah,
Sorry.
for the preliminary and final for the minor plat.
Okay.
We're not dealing with the DPR yet.
Okay.
Yeah, usually on the minor plats, we'll do those preliminary and final at the same meeting. Since it's minor plat, DPRs, major plats, we separate those out.
Right. Okay, so
Chair will entertain a motion for further discussion or approval of preliminary and final regarding MIP 1206.
I'll move for preliminary and final approval on MIP 1206.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there further discussion? Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Been none opposed, motion carries. Now is DPR 529, DES Engineering Secondary. And you want to explain, Dave, what the difference is here, please?
Well, the DPRs are development plan reviews. Those are commercial projects. All DPRs are commercial projects. And those, for example, this is going to be a storage unit. Those would go through and the DPR shows exactly what's being proposed on this property. The detention, all improvements, parking, everything else. That's what we look at on DPRs. The minor plats just basically create the boundary around, make it a legal boundary, a buildable lot, basically, based on the zoning requirements. So I don't know if that answers your question or not.
It does. It does for me.
The DPR gets into the weeds, the technical engineering weeds.
So this is recommended to be continued to January 13th, is that correct?
Yes.
Chair will entertain a motion for continuance.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to continue. Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
They're not opposed, motion carries. Mr. Spearwell. Dave Cassidy.
Thank you very much.
At the last meeting, we opened two quotes, two different projects. The first one was Acres of Diamonds, and we have reviewed those quotes, and the lowest, most responsive bidder was Marine Excavating at $24,670, and that's my recommendation to the Drainage Board.
You've heard the recommendation of the surveyor. Chair will entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there further discussion? Those in favor of that motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
They're not opposed, motion carries.
The second project was the BOTS Phase 2. My office has reviewed all of those quotes, and the most responsive, and lowest quote on this project was Alexander Contractors at $44,901.78, and that's my recommendation.
Move for approval.
Recommendation, Chair will entertain a motion.
So moved.
I'll second it. It's been moved and seconded. Is there further discussion? Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
They're not opposed, motion carries. Anything else, Dave?
Yes, sir.
Wishes to be heard. Anyone in the audience have anything to bring before the Drainage Board? Drainage Board members, what do you have to say? Hearing nothing, Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn then.
So moved.
It's been moved to second. Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.
She usually has you sign the code.
I saw you had one.
Well, it quit on me. I gotta
Please stand. And we will do the pledge, followed by a word of prayer if you wish to participate in that as well. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pray with me if you would. Heavenly Father, we thank you at this time of year as we think about the season when, as your word says, a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Lord, we think of what's going on around the world that you created. We do pray for peace in the world. Give us your wisdom in this meeting. Help us to make decisions that are beneficial to the people that live and work in Hendricks County. We thank you in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much for being here today. We've got conference rooms 4 and 5 that are not quite as many people over there as here, but close. And we're going to do a couple of things, hopefully to help with the flow and all of you standing, quite frankly. When we get to new business on our agenda, the first item on our agenda under new business is the Hendricks County Friends of the Shelter presentation, and that will be made. And then those of you that are here and want to make comments on our agenda, if we follow it, you're going to have to sit and wait quite a while before you're able to make those comments. So we're going to move comments about the animal control shelter up right after the presentation so that you don't have to stand and wait that long. You're welcome to stay for the whole meeting, but you don't have to. Okay. Pardon?
Can you add claims on there too? I just noticed that they weren't on there. So
Claims.
after the minutes.
It's not on here. We're not
I know, I
gonna
left
do
it off, I'm sorry. That's on me.
Thank,
After the minutes.
thank you, Mila. Thank you. Minor point. Chair would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of our November 25th Commissioners meeting.
So moved.
Second?
Any questions?
No, sir.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Chair would entertain a motion to approve the claims that we all received electronically and went through.
Move for approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve those claims. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Now, under new business, our first item up, and I'm going to let you wait a minute. I'm going to make some comments as President of the Commissioners, and then Raven Gerbic will make a presentation on behalf of the Hendricks County Friends of the Shelter. And so bear with me as I make these comments. And for those of you in this room, the rooms 4 and 5 are about 30 seconds late. So because it's a long way over there. No, it's not. It's just the way it works. The commissioners of Hendricks County, excuse me, I've had a bad cold. The commissioners of Hendricks County, Dawes, Gentry, and Wicker, are in the process of improving the services and the operation of the Hendricks County Animal Control Shelter, using initially to follow the ordinance in place currently that was passed in the year 2000 by Commissioners John Dahm, Herschel Disney, and John Clampett. Beginning in January 2026, The Hendricks County Animal Control function will be under the operation and control of the Hendricks County Sheriff's Department. The Sheriff's Department will not be operating the shelter, only have the function of animal control under their jurisdiction. The Hendricks County Animal Shelter will continue its function under the commissioners, and we are currently doing 4 things that are underway. Number 1, a contractor has been retained, Garmong, Mr. Dan Zerner, and he is with us in the room, to evaluate the shelter for all of its physical needs and improvements that will be made. Dan will be making a presentation to the commissioners, and we will have probably preliminary things from Garmong within 2 weeks from today. Maybe even a little bit sooner, but at least at that point in time. And Dan will be reporting directly to our executive director, Todd. Thanks, Todd. Number 2, there is a job posting currently for the animal shelter supervisor, and an interim supervisor has been named. Number 3, the commissioners, through our executive director, held meetings with Hendricks County animal agencies, Hendricks County Humane Society, Hendricks County Friends of the Shelter, and email correspondence with Misty Ellis. And we have listened to those comments about the operation of the shelter. Number 4, the commissioners would entertain opportunities for a not-for-profit organization who would be interested in operating the shelter to get in touch with us by contacting Todd McCormick, our executive director. The commissioners will reestablish today the Animal Control Shelter Advisory Group, which was established in 2014 and dissolved in 2017. We will do that immediately and appoint Todd McCormick as the commissioner's representative to this advisory group. Now, some additional comments that I will make. There's been a lot of chatter going on, which I don't look at or follow, quite frankly, but I'm told. So I want to make some comments about that. Again, the Sheriff's Department will not be operating the shelter. The Sheriff's Department will only be responsible for Hendricks County Animal Control. Second, the heat is on at the animal shelter. It is not off. It's functioning, it's working. And it will remain on going forward. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, because it's not funny. Number 3, the facility issues or physical problems with the animal shelter have not been given to the current commissioners and past commissioners, so the commissioners could not take action. They didn't know. The current commissioners are taking action with the animal shelter facility, and that's happening immediately. It is not correct that the animal shelter supervisor was terminated for failing to carry out a mass euthanasia order from the commissioners. We didn't do that. It is not correct that the animal shelter budget has not been increased in 10 years. That is not correct. It is not correct that the commissioners are skimming money off the animal shelter. It is not correct that the commissioners changed the commissioner meeting time on Tuesday from the evening to the morning to make it more difficult for people to attend our meeting. Commissioners' meetings have, as far as I know, always been in the morning. So with these general comments made, I will introduce Hendricks County Friends of the Animal Shelter, Raven Gerbic, and she has a presentation to make. Raven, thank you for being with us.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Ross, and thanks for all the context, that helps. So yes, good morning, commissioners, everyone. I'm Raven Gerbic. I'm a board member of Hendricks County Friends of the Shelter. We are the nonprofit whose sole mission is to support the animal shelter, help do fundraising to bridge any budget gaps that might happen for medical funds. Sorry, of course that had to. We increase awareness and hold adoption events, and we also run a pet food pantry to help keep animals in their home. So I really appreciate you guys giving me a few minutes today. I actually want to start on something that had happened the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and it's not related to the heat, because I think it captures kind of the situation maybe better than any charts or statistics could. So I was there walking dogs, and actually the front desk had received a call that this lady was feeding a cat that had been showing up on her property. And now that it's getting cold, she would like the shelter to take the cat. Well, the staff had to be honest that the shelter's full, we're not accepting owner surrenders, and under the ordinance, if you feed an animal for 7 days, that's your animal. Her response was, well, next time my husband sees it, I'll have him shoot it. And I don't hope that she's a cruel person, but I think she felt like she had no options. And that's kind of the point. When the shelter's at capacity, the community loses its safety net for strays, disease control, and humane outcomes. And shooting a domesticated animal just because it's on your property and you don't want it anymore is a misdemeanor to a felony. You can't just do that. But when people feel cornered, these situations can escalate. And the last thing we need are stray bullets passing through, especially to a child. As a mother, I feel passionate about that. But I'm here today to implore you that the renovations you're already planning also address the immediate capacity needs that prevent situations like this from becoming the norm. So let's jump in. We'll chat about the immediate crisis, the data, the policy gaps contributing to it, community support, and a straightforward short-term ask. And I know this is really hard to hear for everyone, but the shelter was built as a short-term animal control holding facility. Animals came in, stayed 3 days, and left the system. That's how it was built in 2008. In 2018, there was a good improvement where the hold period for known owners extended to 15 days, but the building didn't change. And the reason it was extended to 15 days was so that anyone on vacation that lost their animal had a chance to retrieve it. So the reality today is that it just simply doesn't match that model. The county's been housing more animals for much longer than the building was designed to support. And that's been true for more than 5 years based on data we collected. And it's not anyone's fault. It's the result of trying to run a modern shelter inside a facility meant for quicker turnover. Now, again, built in 2008, it's 6,800 square feet and designed for 51 animals. That's 34 dogs and 17 cats. We routinely exceed that. The building isn't just strained, it's failing. And that was seen the weekend of November 29th, that Saturday, where kennel temperatures dropped to 48 degrees. When critical systems fail, risk escalates fast. And you guys know that in construction, healthcare, agriculture, right? So, like you guys are doing, stabilizing that HVAC, and let's help stabilize the capacity. Now, these next few slides have a lot of data and charts, so I'll just try to focus on the numbers that are important. The rated capacity, again, is 51 animals. The average daily population is about 88. The peak has been up to 121 at some times. And from what we can see, the immediate deficit appears to be 40 cat spaces. And by the way, the red is the cats, the blue are the dogs. And you can see the peaks and valleys with cats especially. So we're not just asking for some expansion to help with the cat situation, but we want safe housing for the animals the county has already been handling for years. And to function safely, every shelter needs about 20% buffer capacity, especially in a county growing 2% plus per year. Now, here's another interesting data point is the average length of stay. The cats average about 46 days with us, dogs about 19. When I say with us, I mean the shelter. Those lengths are normal today when compared to national average, but our building wasn't designed for week-long stays. Increasing proper housing, especially for cats, is the most practical way to relieve some of the pressure. And this isn't just a Danville problem. Intake comes in from every part of the county. The county is currently funding a regional public safety service used by Avon, Brownsburg, Plainfield, etc. Stabilizing the facility protects every township, and maybe through all this, maybe we can get a little bit of help there from the towns. Now, this one I find particularly interesting. Most intakes are not, they're mostly strays, not owner surrenders. So taking in strays is essential for public safety. Rabies exposure, parvo, distemper, parasites, especially if you're on a well. The traffic accidents can also increase when loose animals go unmanaged. When the shelter's full, those risks shift back onto the community and other departments like the health department. And what's interesting here is there is a distinction between citizen brought-in strays versus animal control officer, the ACO strays, and it's actually about 50-50. So when the public is bringing these strays in safely, of course, I mean, that's over 300 less runs that the ACOs are doing because they're bringing it to less gas, less vehicle maintenance, all those types of things. Now, let's jump into the policy. So we're running a 2025 shelter on a 2000 ordinance. And much of our intake process runs on a courtesy if you really look at that ordinance. The ACO runs are mandatory. The rest are technically a courtesy. And so this kind of creates liability and confusion for the staff. And limiting intake can also increase long-term costs. One unaltered cat and its offspring can reproduce and proliferate 370,000 kittens in 7 years. And one dog can reproduce and proliferate up to 67,000 puppies in the same period of time. And honestly, it's not surprising given the fact that 90% of the animals that come into the shelter are not spayed or neutered. So catching these issues early is far cheaper than dealing with population explosions and rabies explosions later. And we know policy updates can take time, so we're thrilled to hear that the advisory group is going to be reestablished, so hopefully we can work together on that. And then here, I won't jump into it much, but as you said, 2014 it was created, then it was dissolved. So we're hoping that the reform of it will help give the community that transparency and help with the oversight. Now, it's not all bad news. This community has been an enormous asset. Volunteers have donated over 2,000 hours, which can be equivalent to 1 to 2 full-time salaries. And they show up with supplies within hours when asked. Look at all these scenarios of dog food, cat food that the public will fulfill within hours. And HDFS has consistently fundraised and also supported operations. And if the building's not stabilized, we risk burning out this critical volunteer workforce. So the calls to action, which again, thank you for the advisory board situation. We're hoping to accomplish a lot of things with that, such as KPIs, figure out partnerships, especially for long-term solutions. And we're really thankful that you guys are looking at doing the renovations to make some really good short-term improvements, because obviously the HVAC and the environmental controls is important. And so we just hope that you guys consider also including the average capacity today, so that way those systems are rated for more than the 51. And so I'll wrap this up. Thank you. Thank you again for your time and for your leadership. You've already shown by starting the renovation process. We're ready to help, and so is this community sitting here today. We have the data, the volunteers, and the drive. If we all fall short, let's come together to fix it. How we care for animals reflects who we are as a community. Protecting them protects our people. And every one of these animals that you guys have helped have had a second chance at life and are living great lives now. So thank you again. I appreciate your consideration. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Raven.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. Don't leave.
Okay.
Commissioners, any questions for Raven before we ask if anyone wants to make further comments?
Mr. President, I would say
Yes.
that the reestablishment of the Animal Control Advisory Group will be a key component to working out these things.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree.
I would say along with that, Raven, that we will look to you and your group to kind of reestablish themselves. I don't even know who was on that original group at all, even when it was disbanded, but I'm sure you do and others do. So we'll look to you to do that. and coordinate with Todd
Yeah.
in his office so that you can get that function going again as soon as possible. I think that's the best thing to do.
Perfect.
You can use rooms here in this building to meet in, that'll be fine. We don't want to wear all of you out too much, so don't meet like every other day, but, you know, you need to meet as often as you think necessary.
Perfect.
But Todd will be there and he will report back to us, so that's good.
Perfect. Thank you for that.
With that said, I would ask, and Raven, if you want to sit down, you can. I don't know where you sit, but
I'll
you
just go in the other
you
room.
can stand.
Okay.
But, if anyone in the room here, or, and I know it's the late over there, if you want to make a comment to us, we would like you to keep your comments 2 to 3 minutes. I'm not going to sit here and time you, but we'll keep that in mind. And Mila, do we need to have them introduce themselves with an address? Okay. So if you want to make, we're not gonna come after you. Don't worry about that. We just have to do that legally. So if anyone is here and would like to make a comment to us, just walk up here to this table, give us your name and address, and tell us what you're thinking.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm gonna cry.
That's all right.
My whole life.
Give us your name and
I'm
address.
Lisa Lawrence, live in Brownsburg, Indiana.
Okay.
As far back as I can remember, I've always gone to any animal shelter and rescued dogs. The 2 I have now were very sick, and it took a lot of medications and exercising to get them healthy. I now am on my 6th kitten from animal control. I just feel like that animal control, I know they're busy, the shelters are full, and if I could go and take every one of them home with me, I would do it today. I support them with food, monies, and I'm asking you, please keep this place open, keep our animals safe, and let them find forever homes. That's what they deserve, because they give love like no human being in this whole world could ever imagine giving these animals. They're smart, they're intelligent, and I'm pleading with you guys, please, 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 keep taking care of these babies, because they were dumped. Some of them were dumped, some of them were dumped. I have 15 stray cats that's left at my next door neighbors, and I always put food and water out for them. I provide shelter for them in the wintertime. I'm a huge advocate, and I will do anything in my power to help the animal shelter. So please, please, please take this into consideration. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Scott Duschel with Healthy Paws Animal Hospital. And I just wanted to say that, speaking toward the donations that we just talked about, that does not include in any way the time, the low-cost emergency services that we offer the shelter, the housing that we personally offer the shelter, the staff volunteer hours that we do, the absolute benefit they get from any spay and neuter services that help this entire cause. A lot of that runs through our building and my wife, the owner, Jackie Bush. So I just want to make sure that you understand it extends beyond just gathering food and supplies like that. We perform a lot of services for this building, for this organization, and it means a lot to us, and it's a very important part of what we do to try to serve our community.
Thank you for doing it.
Dr. Bush, I would say thank you for what you do and have been doing.
very fortunate to have, employees such as Janelle who, when in the past, when we've had emergencies after hours or emergency surgeries on the weekends, I have employees that step up and, donate their time. We donate my time, our expenses at a significantly reduced cost. And quite honestly, it's a passion and it's my way of giving back to the community in which I live. Thank you.
All right, my name is Jen Hopkins. I am the volunteer dog trapper for the county, have been for close to 10 years now. Work very closely with our animal control officers and our Chief Hughes. Wonderful people. I'm kind of upset, but I won't go down that route right now. What I do want to get on record is the comment that you guys had no idea about the building and the circulation and stuff like that. I don't know if I agree with that because I've personally been in the building quite a few times where I've had to actually host like water park days just to get the dogs out because there was no air conditioning going, okay? The heat, I mean, we have done things like that. This has been an ongoing issue. So I would like to publicly request any kind of work orders that have been submitted from the shelter, any kind of runs that AMS has had to come out and do. You make note of, in your little county comment that you put on your website, that this was an out-of-state contractor came in. Where's that report? I'd like to see that report. Was that ever done? Was that ever filed? It's gotta be on file somewhere. So these are things I want to publicly ask for because none of it, I've gone through all the county commissioners' meetings, agendas, and none of that is on record. None of it. So I think it should be. Your residents, the taxpayers, have a right to know what happened, what's going on, where are these reports, okay? I do understand that the previous facility manager, who's deceased now, is the one who called in this third party. So I'd like to see what that report says. Because as far as I know, if you guys had that, then October, this last weekend, was not your first time. Come on. Come on. That's all I have to say. Oh, and I have saved a lot of hours. I work all day, or volunteer 24/7 when I'm out trapping a dog. I mean, I call the animal control officers, they'll meet me at the shelter when I get the dog. I've saved this county tons of money. Okay, so I feel like I have every right to speak right now. Okay? Please, do what's right here. Do what's right. You know it just as well as we do. That building is miserable. It's a sick building. It needs to go away. Find something better. The community deserves it. Animals and humans alike.
My name is Robert Decker. I live at 38 South County Road 525 West in Danville, and I appreciate the effort that's going on here. I think your change in management has lost some momentum for this community. My wife and I, in a previous life, when I was gainfully employed, had rescued 17 dogs that were going to be euthanized. I'm going to ask this board to make a proclamation that you're not going to take the easy path by euthanizing animals to cut down on the fact that your infrastructure can't support the workload today.
My name is John Bates. I live on Leatrice Drive in Avon. I've got two comments. One, I want to follow up with the young lady about the requesting the report. You claim you hired an out-of-state firm to look at your animal shelter. I work for a general contractor in Indiana, not Garmong, but I respect them. And there are lots of good A&E firms in this city that could easily handle that task. So I'm kind of curious why you went out of state, and I would love to see the report. My role is mechanical quality management, including the design and QC of HVAC systems. So I would like to review that report and just see if it makes any kind of sense. The other point I'd like to make is, why are you running a 2025 shelter off of 2000 rulebook? That makes no sense. I mean, that would be like running our codes off of 1990 or something, and I deal with codes all the time. So I would implore the board, if it is part of your job to be requesting that codes get, and your operating book get updated, that get on the ball. Thank you.
Kimberly Keck. I live at, on County Road 75 East in Liston. I've organized my thoughts, so I'm going to go ahead and read from my phone so that I can keep organized here. Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you today. I do appreciate that. I reside in Liston. I grew up in Hendricks County, and I chose to return to raise my family here. This county is home, and like many residents, I want it to be a place that we can be proud of, known for responsibility, safety, and compassion. I'm here today because the decisions made over many years regarding our animal shelter and animal control services reflect a concerning lack of priority towards animal welfare. I appreciate the steps outlined today, but this situation did not happen overnight. Ignoring the failing facilities and limiting resources to the hardworking and dedicated animal care teams have not been a reflection of the core values that I believe Hendricks County stands for and our community expects. Recently, I was personally involved in the rescue of 2 dogs that had been running loose in one of our towns for more than a week. Because of limited shelter and animal control resources, the responsibility fell on community members, costing time, money, and creating safety risks. This should have been the job of a fully staffed and funded animal control team. Our shelter should have then been a safe haven for animals that need taken in from these situations, but instead they are at risk of being housed in an inadequate shelter with a faulty HVAC system that frequently means they go without heat in the dead of winter, which is only one of many concerns community members have regarding the current condition of our shelter. You've seen firsthand the public outcry to these conditions if you do in fact listen to your constituents. These situations and concerns will only increase if our county continues on its current trajectory. Hendricks County's population is now estimated at over 186,000 residents, with close to a 40% increase since the shelter was originally built. For a county of this size, we need a shelter with more kennels, modern HVAC, appropriate indoor and outdoor spaces, and enough trained staff to safely care for animals and respond to emergencies. Our current facility falls far below that threshold and is not built for the population we have, let alone for the rapid growth we are experiencing. That is why I'm respectfully requesting that the county commit to building a new, modern animal shelter designed to meet the needs of today's Hendricks County. We also need adequate shelter staffing and a fully staffed and trained animal control department. Reducing funding and capacity does nothing but sweep the overarching problems under the rug. We need to take action today and agree to move forward in a way that better supports the people and animals that call Hendricks County home. Thank you for your time, and I sincerely hope you'll treat this as the urgent and important matter that it is.
Hi, good morning. I'm Stacy Lundy, Danville, Indiana. I just had a couple clarification questions. With the Sheriff's Department taking over animal control responsibilities, we need clarification on several points. Will Sheriff's deputies be the ones responding to animal control calls, or will there be dedicated animal control officers assigned to this work? If so, will there be more added control officers? I believe we only have 2 for the whole county at this point. If deputies will be responding, will they receive proper training in animal control safety? And if deputies are redirected to handle animal control calls, how will this impact their ability to respond to emergency law enforcement calls? The community deserves to understand exactly who will be handling these calls and what the overall response structure will look like moving forward. And on an added note, I stopped, there was 3 loose horses on Highway 39 back in May, and I stopped to help because they were running loose. The sheriff's deputies, 2 of the sheriff's deputies that responded to these to help me were scared of the horses. One wouldn't even touch it. I was holding the horse. That's a problem. If you're going to have sheriff's deputies that are going to be assisting with animal control, they need to be not scared of horses or cattle or anything in this area. We live in a livestock community. We have a lot of rural areas. We cannot have sheriff's deputies afraid of livestock. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cindy Pearson. I live in Danville, have all my life. So my question to you all, which Jen Hopkins answered some of it, or she brought it up, but where are the maintenance records for the shelter? You guys don't change filters on a daily or on a regular basis. You put it off. This stuff has been brought to your attention, but I think it was brought to his attention, and it may not have met to you guys. I just think that there is a lack of communication, and sometimes somebody feels that it's not that important, And I don't know whether you guys are animal lovers or not, but, you know, this is a rural community. It's getting worse to be city, but it's a rural community. We love our animals. We need a larger building. You're building all these homes out west. Avon has increased to maximum proportions, Brownsburg, Plainfield. So you're gonna have all these people with animals that all of a sudden, maybe they don't want them. You also get people who bring animals to the shelter who say, well, I found this. You know, I found this animal. They have 49 plates on their car. Did you find it in Hendricks County? Did you try and see if it lived somewhere near there? So they get animals from out of county too. I just feel like you need to listen more. And maybe no liaison, maybe you guys should be the liaisons.
Hi, my name is Janelle Williams. I'm from Plainfield, Indiana. I am an employee of Healthy Paws Animal Hospital and a registered veterinary nurse. I met LaDonna Hughes, our amazing former director that was let go, and very upset about that. She has been a friend and an advocate for these animals beyond my time here. But in 2016, she brought an animal into VCA Animal Hospital at the time where I was working. I'll never forget her. She was an amazing dog. She did all the medical needs for these animals as she continued to just recently with Dr. Bush. I want everybody to know that LaDonna Hughes is not forgotten. We are a voice for her. I am really saddened by how she was removed. There was no warning, I will say that. I do know that. And she does deserve for us to be successful here today. Our shelter is very important to me and the veterinary community as well, because these animals do suffer, unfortunately, from people not taking care of them, vaccinations, reproduction issues. So therefore, LaDonna, we love you very much. We're here for you. I saw you in the shelter every day doing everything you could for the facility issues. You did report them. The facility managers did feel, because I was there 2 years ago and saw it myself with my own eyes. The volunteers and the staff fought hard to work with the capacity they were given. And now I feel like it's becoming a problem that wants to be swept under the rug. So that is why we are here today, to bring awareness to everybody for the true issues that have gone on. Thank you.
Any other comments from anyone regarding this? You have to arm wrestle who speaks first.
Harry Martis, and
Yes, sir.
1946 South on County Road 300 East. It kind of surprises me, we had a bond issue to get the new jail, which turned out to be kind of good because, correct me if I'm mistaken, but as I understand it, they're able to take in input from other jails, other counties, and they get a revenue back. I don't mean to step on the current administration of the jail, but the monies that come in support the jail. Is this how it works? What is the reason for the closure? Questions that I have. The capacity for the jail is how full is the jail? Is it in full capacity? And I could address this to the sheriff. I either believe we ought to have a referendum, a countywide referendum to vote on this. And I just want to get this into the record. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Good morning.
My name's Daryl Fathor. I live in Avon. I just think we should be open and honest about what happens when you go this new direction you're talking about. 13 years ago, you're killing 70 to 80% of animals, and the commissioners were okay with it. There was an animal control officer, but I wanted to get rid of, and commissioners kept him in there. And your advisory board pretty much just operated as a cushion or a buffer between the people who were complaining and you. It didn't accomplish a whole lot. You got rid of it because people quit coming. And if you do the math, I mean, you want to go this new direction, you're talking about you weren't going to use euthanasia as a first priority. There is nobody waiting to call and solve your problems. There's no fosters out there. There's no rescues that aren't full. So if you go down the path that looks like you're going, you got to start killing 80% because you don't have the capacity to do anything else. That's all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Tracy Cushaw. I live at 8080 Dogwood Court in Plainfield. And I don't know if you all are aware of this, but one of our canine police officers in Plainfield, Rob Pritchard, is testing dogs from shelters to turn them into canine police dogs. And he has rescued several from the Hendricks County shelter, leaving space for another dog to come in. He has rescued from Hamilton County, Putnam County, and these are the dogs that people bring back. They rescue or they adopt them, and then they bring them back in 48 hours and say they're too jumpy, they're too much, they're to handle, they have to do this, we can't handle it, we've got to bring them back. If we had a different holding place for those types of dogs could be turned into canine police dogs. He has a non-for-profit going, and these dogs are leaving the state. They are going to police departments out of the state. He took his team recently to Kentucky to a national convention where he introduced himself and his team to a slew of people from around the country, officers, all law enforcement. And they are very interested in what he has. Everything is free to the officers who take a canine. I've been in on some of the training, and those dogs are immaculate. They are immaculate. They just want to be loved. They love their handler loves them. They're the big dogs that always get returned. So that's something we can think about in the long term that he is doing on his own. He has a team, but basically on his own to rescue dogs from kennels that are the ones that are returned. And he's training them into canine police dogs because they do have the energy. They do have the want to get up and go. And those are the dogs that need to be canine police officer dogs. So that's something I don't know if you are aware of or not, but it is a really great program that is really starting to pick up. And Rob has started his third program this past week. And he takes his own PTO to train these dogs. 13 days from 2 until probably 8 at night. And they are trained in every aspect of law enforcement. So every bit of the feeding is taken care of, every bit of the hospitalization, every bit of medical treatment, every bit of immunizations, everything, because of his non-for-profit and because of the support of our community. He has a big standing in our community that supports him. So that's something that needs to be addressed and something that everyone needs to be aware of. And we need to be able to really capitalize on that opportunity with these big dogs that keep getting returned. Thank you.
I'd like to add on that. We already do. Rob's own dog is from Hendricks County Animal Shelter. We work together, Trap Gunner, which is out in Greencastle right now, one of my dogs. Newt and, what the other, Newt's over at, yeah, so we already, Hendricks, LaDonna built that bond. So there was quite a few dogs that went into Rob's program already. So I just want, well, you were speaking a lot about, I want to make sure we focus on the shelter that LaDonna did do a lot of that. Yes.
I was gonna say, along those same lines, with what Rob has been doing with Redemption Ranch Rescue, you know, I do all of the veterinary work for those canines as well. The other thing that we're seeing is just recently with these training programs, people are coming from out of state. There are eyes on Hendricks County Animal Shelter and the program that he has created. Most recently, I've been dealing with a dog that's currently in training now that is actually going to go back and be a working dog for a Tennessee, you know, police department. So I think that's important as well. I mean, the eyes will be on, you know, how we handle everything.
Thank you.
Oh, sure.
Any other comments? Yes.
I swore that I wasn't going to speak today.
Number one, I like your sweatshirt.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Terry Hilton, I live in Brownsburg on Anglers Court. And unless someone speaks after me, I just want this to end on the note of the importance of the animals and what Dr. Bush just talked about and the possibility that you guys could create something. If eyes are on Hendricks County, what a legacy you could all leave. Animal care is not just a few people that are crazy about dogs. This is a countrywide animal-loving place. And I would love for you all to leave as a legacy, remember when we created this wonderful thing in Hendricks County for the animals, for the community. There would be so many people behind you on this. And I know that everybody's compassionate about this, they're passionate, and maybe on social media things have not come out right. All the information for sure has not been exact on both sides. But I want to end this with y'all knowing that we're not against you. We want to help you be transparent and bring this up to something that the whole community can be so proud of and be a part of. That's all.
Anyone else that would like to make a comment? Yes,
I'm a little slow here.
that's all right.
First of all, I want to apologize because my name is Diane Tudis. I actually live at 375 East. My address is Mooresville, but I'm in Liberty Township in Hendricks County. And I want to say I'm very late to this game, so I want to apologize to everybody here. What I want to know is who, and a lot of this comes because I could not hear in that other room, and I could not hear very good here. So for some of it. So you may have addressed some of this, and I did not hear that. So if you did, I apologize. But this Todd McCormick, who exactly is he, and what will he be doing? Because I could not hear. Okay, and what are you going to be doing?
Whatever they tell me to do.
I mean, are you a advisory?
Todd McCormick, the three of us as county commissioners, and this happened before we were here, was hired as the executive director working directly for the commissioners. So you might call him the in-house CEO of Hendricks County. Now, it's not quite that way, but he represents us on any item we throw his way and so on. And he calls us, keeps us informed, so on. So that's Todd.
Okay, and he will be starting to hold meetings or getting with organizations or?
Well, anyway,
Yes.
I'm not going to respond right now, but.
Right. And I'm sorry, like I said, I couldn't hear very good, so
Yeah,
I'm
that's
trying to
fine.
clarify some
Good.
things in my mind here. And is there, I guess my question is there an actual budget with taxpayer dollars for the animal shelter? And where can you see that?
The answer is yes, there is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
Oh, and where can you find out about that?
Yeah.
Or how?
Budgets are on Gateway. It's public information across the state.
Okay, Gateway. Like I said, I'm a little late to this, but I'm trying to find out how to get the information on this.
I'll make a general comment.
Okay.
Any budget in any department of Hendricks County, be it the surveyor's office or the health department, any budget that the county has is online and available to the public to see.
Okay,
And it's broken down so that you can see line items in there and so on. But it's available, it's there.
okay.
Yeah.
And it's not like, excuse me, you don't have to do a special request. You can just go on
No, you
Gateway
can
and
go,
put in
you can
something
go
and see
online
this.
and see it, yep.
Okay, all right. And, well, I guess in that being said, so is, when you have these meetings, I guess I'll go back and read Gateway and that may educate me some more.
Yeah.
But,
And if you have trouble with that, or any of you, you can feel free to call the commissioner's office, you can call the auditor's office. Ann Stark is the county auditor.
Okay.
And they can direct you into the system so you can see it,
okay, all right. And is there anything, I guess, this is just an opinion, anything you can suggest as us from citizens to help with this? I know years ago, when I first moved to Hendricks County, I actually got like a little fee they would charge me on my dog, and I'm not sure what that, went to, I'll say. And I quit doing that. I don't have a dog right now, but they quit doing that.
Right.
Is there, anything else budget-wise that we could do to help the animals?
That was actually repealed in, I believe, 2006. There used to be a $5, they called it a dog.
Right.
Dog fee, but the state legislature repealed that.
Okay, that was something from the state. And is there anything we need to do as a county to go talk to people on the state level to help with this?
Mr. President,
Yes, go ahead.
it needs to be pointed out that the county council reviews these budgets every year, and unless I hear differently, those budget meetings are open to the public.
Right.
Are they not?
Yeah.
And the county council is the one that reviews those budgets, not us. I mean, we make a proposal, but they're the fiscal body of the county. So if
Okay.
you want to be involved in that, you have to follow it's usually in August, and those budgets are reviewed by the county council, and you can be
Okay.
involved in that.
Okay.
But it's not us, it's the
in
county council.
August, and
that
it's
does it.
county
County council
council.
does
Okay, I just want to try to get some of the other nuts and bolts to understand this. Okay, thank you.
You bet. Anyone else?
Hi, I'm former ACO Keisker, Brandon Keisker's wife. I just want to make it on record that you all were well known of the issues of the shelter for many, many years. I believe there were photos that were submitted to you, which you gave back.
Yes.
You said that you didn't need them. But I just want to make public record, you have been well aware of these issues for many, many years. This is nothing new, so.
Thank you.
Hi. I'm Michelle Keisker, 200 North Danville, Indiana, not Illinois. And I've been a business owner in this community for over 32 years, recently retired of 3. Our business also accumulated many fundraising facilities for animal shelter to provide and help them with their needs many times over. Other people in the community, Red and Bonnie Bledsoe, who are not with us now, gave so much to the community with car cruise-ins and whatnot to raise proceeds for the animal shelter. Everything that they could, because of so many people that love these animals. Now, an animal control officer is extremely important for the fact that they can do things that you and I can't. They're trained to do things that others cannot do. They stop cockfighting rings. They try to attain animals that are rabid. They try to get bats. They try to help the community stay safe. I have addressed many times over with safety reasons, safety concerns, about not having the right materials to approach people. They're not armed with weapons. They're not armed with a taser. They're not armed, but they'd go up to doors, knock on doors in the middle of the night because there was a call on an animal that was in distress or tortured. And they have no means to protect themselves, but they're protecting the community from whatever that bad source was. Now, you made resource just a moment ago how you like this young man that has stayed here with you as a CEO to help train everyone that comes in because he's the backbone. You've had the experience, you have the knowledge, you know how to help run the community and make them better. Why then, when you had multiple people working in the shelter for years trying to do what's best for animals and the community, why would you release the most knowledgeable people, the most hardworking people that you have that are already qualified and they know what they're doing? They just need the resources to get it done correctly and to help continue providing safety for the community. I need an answer. Why would you release someone that already has the knowledge?
Yep.
And all the experience? Why wouldn't you want them on board to build a better facility to accommodate and bring back from 2004 ordinance to 2025 ordinance or coming up on 2026? You need that experience and know-how.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. Okay, Amber White, 525 West. So I do live in the country on 25 acres, and I think our community does a great job at just relying on each other out in the country. We see wild animals or stray dogs or goats or horses, and we do a great job at just calling each other and asking for help. I don't know why we would want the sheriff's department to take that responsibility, nor would they want to. I don't know anybody on the sheriff's department that wants a call to say, come and rescue this cat, or gather up these goats, or there's a rabid dog attacking my flock. I don't see the, what do I want to say? I don't see even the want or desire of anybody on the sheriff's department wanting to take on that responsibility. I could be wrong, but my guess is that that's just another burden put in their pocket. And what happens when we have too many burdens in our pockets, things don't get handled appropriately. I have had this thought for a solution for a long time. I grew up here, but having so many different animals myself, I've raised animals my entire life. But let's see, this is like an old statistic because it's back to 2016, so I don't know why it's not updated. But as of 2016, 290 U.S. state prisons and jails implement animal care programs. So if we look at a direct solution that maybe not cost a ton of money to do, we already have resources at our hands, and probably inmates or prisoners that are willing to accept a responsibility. I think of cats because cats will always be overpopulating the shelters. It is one of the biggest, you saw what the numbers were just in Hendricks County. If there was a program where cats could be housed in the jail, in the prison, and inmates could have the responsibility of taking care of them. It gives them a job. It helps both of them rehab faster. It gives them a place, so it opens up our shelter. And there's a significant growth of programs happening that are doing this. Several with horses out west, dogs, and even the Indiana State Prison has a cat program and a dog program. So just thinking of a real-time solution of probably like resources we already have available, what could we do to benefit both parties and kind of work together on housing and responsibility and care. Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm June Wyckoff, and I live at 8878 East Hendricks County Road, Plainfield, Indiana. When we bought our home about 15 years ago, there was a large cat population at our house. We worked with the Hendricks County, a Hendricks County group, and we got them all captured. We had them spayed and neutered, and so that we've had that under control. As I'm getting older, I had to take a couple of them recently. I don't want any more cats. We've had to take a couple to the shelter, and I know they are way overfilled. We have adopted 4 dogs recently. The overpopulation, the problem at the shelters, we're trying to do our part to help this problem. And I will say it's disappointing to see the conditions that these people have had to work with at the shelter. They need help. They need a better facility. It was awkward when we went to adopt these dogs, to walk them, to visit with them. And I would just say there needs to be more money put into this. Animals aren't going away. They're part of our community. And there's responsible citizens and there's irresponsible citizens. So the responsible citizens are trying to make a difference. There's large Facebook groups that are constantly finding animals and trying to get the animals back to their homes. They're trying to get them adopted after a 7-day hold, if nobody claims them. So there's a lot that the community is doing. And I think we'd like to know that our tax money is going to where it's going to make a difference, where it's going to help this problem that exists in our community. So thank you for setting up this hearing and giving us a chance to share our thoughts. And we do hope that you will put a little effort and more money into this problem. Thank you.
Would anybody else like to make a comment before I close this session out and we'll move on to our other agenda items? Okay, some closing comments that I will make on this item, and then we'll move in to our other agenda. We are taking action. We will take action. We will have this on our agenda at our next meeting with a report from Mr. Zerner, who will be able to give us a report at that point in time through Todd. And hopefully the advisory group will be reestablished by that time as well, and they will have met. And we can even have a report from them at that meeting as well.
Can I ask one question before we dismiss it completely? What's the turnaround for the requested documentation? I believe it's 7 days for the ordinances, right? Okay,
That
so we'll
is
get
correct.
that documentation.
That's
and
been
then
made.
Also,
Yes.
is there any way we could possibly do an evening, because we've got a lot more people that have a lot more say.
No, there isn't. We're going to meet
There's
on.
no way to do an evening,
We're
a
going to
special?
meet on Tuesday mornings like they have for years.
Oh, I
and
understand that. I've
That's
never
when we're
said that.
meeting.
I've never
so.
said that was any different. I just thought maybe something that of this caliber could be brought to an evening meeting.
Could
You're
be.
telling me no?
Could be set up, yes.
Okay,
but,
now you're saying
yeah.
yes, okay.
All
So
right,
just wanted
thank
to-
you.
Is there-
And you
is
go
there a
by
special
Miss
pro-
Trapper, right?
Yeah, is there a
Okay,
special
thank you.
protocol? Is there a special protocol to fill out to request an evening meeting?
I don't know if we have
No
a
flow,
special
just-
protocol, no.
No, there is no flow? Okay. So we just send an email?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you to everyone this morning that's here for this agenda item. If you want to stay, you can, but those of you that are standing probably don't want to continue to stand. But thank you very much for your comments. If you want to take like a brief break or keep going?
How are you, sir?
Good. May or may appreciate that information. I'm just relying on their
No.
It has to be unwritten. You want to talk?
That's understandable.
You guys
All right, we're going to continue with our meeting. Thank you. Our next agenda item is a public hearing for ordinance vacating the public right-of-way in Fair Meadows. It says Abigail.
Correct, that's my wife.
That's your wife?
Yeah.
Well, where is she? Introduce yourself and give us your address and then tell us what we're up to. John will help you.
My name is Aaron Alling. I live at 9070 North County Road in 275 East in Pittsboro. It's also known as Fair Meadows neighborhood, lot 13. Currently, the access to my house is a street easement owned by the county, and we are requesting a petition to vacate that street easement so that in its place we can have a jointly owned easement between lots 13 and 14.
Okay. Very good. Mr. Ayers.
I've talked to his wife a couple times. Bob and I have talked about this also. Typically, when we plot, this is an older single row subdivision along the county road, and typically when those are platted, we ask for an access. If there's a large area behind, we ask for them to plat, the original developer to plat an access drive to access the property behind. How many houses are in this strip?
The strip that I'm on?
Yeah,
I
along the
believe,
county.
Four. Yeah, 4 plots.
So their request is to vacate that, and my usual position on that is I'm not a fan of that idea because you don't know how the development's gonna look in behind there or how they're gonna access it. So I like to keep those gaps there, those strips there. But there are cases where we've done it before. In this case, the property owners of the property behind have indicated that when that develops, if that develops, it probably won't use this as an access. And in this case, it's a small number of houses, so that property does have road frontage north and south of this strip of houses in which to construct an access if and when it does develop. So I don't have a strong feeling on this one way or another. Typically, we would vacate it, like he said, split it to one lot north, one lot south.
Mr. President, this is our farm. Our parents and one developed Fair Meadows. Tom and I wish they'd never done it. No offense. But we will never use that. We've already signed off. We've signed a document. Tom and I have agreed to let Allings, it needs to be their driveway.
Okay. So
To open a public hearing.
So we need to open a public hearing. So I will open a public hearing on an ordinance to vacate the public right-of-way street easement in Middle Township, Hendricks County. Does anyone wish to speak on this other than what has already been said? Hearing nobody, I will close the public hearing. And the chair will entertain a motion.
Mr. President, I move to allow the public right-of-way to be vacated and turned into Allings driveway.
Okay.
Second.
Yes.
It's going to need to be split.
Okay. It be split. I
We've
know the guy owns it.
got the details.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, so I don't know
Oh,
what
you
they
haven't?
submitted.
Oh, we're hiding it from you. Yeah. You want to
It's
look
not
at it?
hard to do. I'm not real observant.
All right, we'll let you see it after we do it, so. An ordinance number for this, and 2025.
To be determined.
To be determined, it's to be determined, okay, we'll do that. Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve this vacation of this street easement. Any other comments? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay.
Thank you very much. I
Will-
appreciate all your.
Thank you.
help and unorthodox.
Thank you. Next item on our agenda, again, is public hearing on an ordinance for no truck traffic on a portion of the Ronald Reagan Parkway. And so I will open public hearing on this. What this is, to explain it a little bit more, this will be an ordinance prohibiting parking at all times on the Ronald Reagan Parkway from County Road 600 north, which is 56th Street.
Not parking.
No truck traffic.
No truck traffic.
No truck traffic, it says parking, sorry. My fault. Forget that, scratch the word
The
parking.
ordinance says no truck traffic.
Prohibiting traffic on Ronald Reagan Parkway from County Road 600N to County Road 750N. That's the latest Ronald Reagan extension that's been done up in the Brownsburg and Brown Township area. And until that is taken, this will be temporary.
Correct.
Correct.
Because right now, it terminates at 750 north, which is not a good route for truck traffic to take. 700 isn't a lot better. And so this is needed to deter truck traffic. If they're going into Brownsburg coming off 74, they need to go in on 600, which really makes the most sense anyway. And then when it is connected through to the north, then we can repeal this ordinance. And also as another note, the state statute does allow for local truck traffic deliveries and then agricultural truck traffic also. So this won't prohibit that.
Mr. President?
Yes.
You made that, there was a concern, and John addressed that already, that the local farm guys can get up there with their trucks.
Okay. Any comments from anybody? Okay, I will close the public hearing. Chair will now
Move for approval ordinance number 2025 TBD 2 for the no traffic.
Okay.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? There will be signs that will go up so that people will know about this. Okay. Mr. Ayers, you're still on a bid opening for bridge number 28.
Here's bid tab sheets if you're interested in keeping score. This is for bridge number 28, which is located on County Road 700 north, west of 267. We need to ask if there's any more bids and then close the bid.
Any other, well, it's after 9, so.
True.
Bids are closed.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. First bid is from Duncan Robertson.
I'm sorry you folks have had to wait so long, but thank you. All right.
Some of them were warned they need to get up here and get a seat early, and they did. So.
All right.
Duncan Robertson bid amount is $2,159,925.97. $159,925.97. Next bid is from E&B Paving. Sorry. In the amount of $2,359,500. $2,359,500. Next bid is from Force Construction. The amount of $2,184,854.16. $2,184,854.16. Next bid is from HIS. Of $1,894,280. $1,894,280. Next bid is from Pontim Contractors. $2,160,067. $2,160,067. Next bid is from Superior Construction. $2,267,017.17. $2,267,017.17. And the last bid is from William Charles Construction. The amount of $2,250,000 even, $2,250,000. We will take these under advisement, review the bids, and come back to you with recommendation. It'll be the first meeting in January.
Thank you, John, and thank you for everyone that bid on this. Appreciate it. Our next agenda item is an amateur radio operations and capabilities update. Gordon Cotton. Mr. Cotton.
How are you?
Good.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you.
Just so you know my qualifications to be here for this. 2 years ago, Director Fletcher appointed me as the RACES, which is Radio Operations Civil Emergency Services radio operator, so I head the RACES group. I'm also the Operations Assistant Emergency Coordinator for Amateur Radio Emergency Services, or ARES, which is another volunteer group. And I'm the president of HAM Emergency Radio Operations Incorporated, which is a nonprofit 501(c), and our responsibility is finding the funds to keep the other two guys going. So, give you an idea of what we have. We are the only county that we know of in the state that has 2 radios in a radio each of our hospitals. And the hospitals have some employees that are also licensed radio operators, so they would be able to, in the case of an emergency, be able to man the radios. Our health department also has an amateur radio, which in conditions of emergency or additional communication, they can actually move that radio that they have in their office out to the fairgrounds where there's a permanently mounted antenna, and they would be able to communicate using amateur radio. The school system in Danville has allowed us to put an antenna on 2 antennas on their communication tower for transportation, and we have a UHF and a VHF radio out there that are repeaters. Those repeaters actually cover all of this county plus almost every of our border counties completely. And in one test, we had an amateur operator on a fire tower in Browns County, and we were able to communicate with him. So in the case of emergency, when everything else goes to crap, we can communicate in the county, outside the county. The secondary backup sort of system we have 3 permanently installed radios in the county and 1 we wish to install in the Plainfield area. 1 is on Bob Gentry's equipment building.
It is.
It is.
Thank you.
1 is on Brownsburg's Water Department's antenna with the radio in their break room. And the other one is at 200 East and East Main across the street from the fairgrounds at the doctor's office, which used to be the gas department. We have a radio there. These radios work in what's called crossbanding. All the radios have a common UHF channel. Each one has an individual VHF channel. But any communication that comes into any one of the radios, because the UHF is common, all of the radios hear that, and they rebroadcast it, so we have countywide communication that way. So if everything goes to crap, we have 2 ways that we can communicate in the county with first responders. EMA Director Fletcher is the one that activates us. On a yearly basis, amateur radio is out whenever there's severe weather in the area. Our Skywarn system is activated. We send amateur radios out for eyes on the sky. And we are in communication then with the weather department. All of those amateurs have taken a 2-hour class once a year on how to recognize a dangerous cloud and what it really is a tornado. We have another annual thing that we do, and that's with the sheriff's department. During Halloween night, our amateurs are out in areas of the county that are surrounded by a town but not in the town. So we are out patrolling. We have no arrest authority. We have no authority other than eyes on what's going on. And we're able to communicate with the sheriff's department. If there's anything going on, they should be aware of so that they can respond to it. All of these are amateurs, are volunteers. We use our own equipment. The repeaters are now owned by us, by Hero Amateur Emergency Radio Operations, because the system that we were depending on, they allowed it to get to a point where it wasn't reliable. So we took the system, we took our own system and built it, and now we are responsible for it. So that's what amateur radio is able to do here in the county. Is there any questions?
Valuable service, Gordon.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bob.
Debbie, do you have any comments?
Just wanted to say, to support him, I did use and have used them. They are sometimes the only thing left when all the cell phones are down and many people don't have landlines anymore, all of that. And so they become a lifeline for us when it comes to requests for resources and those types of things. We've had upwards of 25 to 30 amateur radio operators out watching the weather when the tornado came and some of that kind of stuff. Obviously, they can't see after dark, but they give us a lot of vital information, and so and they are all volunteers. So I can't say enough about them. I was on a response for a tornado down in Henryville, and that was the only communication for about a week, was just between amateur radio operators. So we can put them at fire stations, police stations, and be relays if need be. That was it. I just wanted to, and that's a new term we're gonna coin, is when things go to crap. That's before advisory or warning or whatever, so I'll have to write that into the ordinance, but thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Gordon.
you very much. And we appreciate you and
Yes,
the
we do.
group and everybody.
Yes,
Thank
we
you.
do.
You bet. Thanks. Next item on our agenda is link section 5307. Anyway, we know about that. It's the third quarter claim vouchers.
That is
Stacy?
correct. That is correct. Just looking to get our third quarter claims approved. As you can see from the paperwork that I provided you all, we did just under 7,700 trips last quarter. So we're trucking.
Yes,
I mean,
yeah. And I
with
think the
a
number,
desperate need.
the dollar number is 218,093 or something like that?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Chair will entertain a motion.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
and
Thank
thanks
you.
to Sycamore Services.
Thank you
Appreciate it.
guys for all you do for the community. I hope
Thank you.
that was relayed.
Thank you. Next item is further discussion on our insurance. John, thank you for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me. Good morning. I was going to email this to you, but it's hot off the presses. And it was
fine.
You can find one more.
No.
I'll give that to you so you have it. Okay, so still a work in progress, but we're getting close. So we're still a month out, and there's a few things that we need to do, but I'm gonna 4 pages here, and I'm just gonna talk about the highlighted lines, unless you want to talk about every single line.
No.
So I figured that was the case. So if you look at the first highlighted line on the first page, it just shows you the differences in premium year over year. And that number is a little bit skewed because if you go up to the workers' comp, we kind of went through this last time, but the audit hasn't caught up. That's probably 50 grand. So we're only about 7 or 8% up if we don't make any changes, okay? On the second page here, it shows you what all of your deductibles are currently. If we make a change and stay with Travelers, don't make any other changes, stay with Travelers and go to $100,000 deductible, which currently most lines are 50. We have a 25,000 on the general liability. That is all in the second page. That's a $283,000 savings. That's significant, okay? If we make a change on the property from Travelers to Chubb, that'll save us another $45,000. So there's, $25,000 or $30,000. The question is, does it make sense to increase the deductibles? I have done some work on that on the surface. I'm going to tell you it does, but I'm going to give you the numeric proof that it does. And I know we don't meet again until the 13th. Thank you. I had that in my mind, but I'll send that to you. Okay, with an analysis. We don't make a decision until then. Okay. I told you I was going to think outside the box. I did. It's the last line. That's take our deductibles to $250,000. The downside to that program, outside of the $250,000 deductible, in my opinion, today, I'm not saying it's not there, that's today, is that they do not cover the physical damage for the vehicles on the day-to-day accidents. Okay, and that's probably one of our bigger issues. Okay. But it's a substantial savings. I mean, you can look at the bottom line there. It's $500,000. My opinion is we get there. We have to step to get there, in my opinion. I've said for a number of years, we need to get to self-insured. I firmly believe we do. It's not really self-insured, it's a high retention. I think we do have to get there. I think the 100 makes sense. I think the move to Chubb makes sense. Now, I'm not done squeezing people either. I have to have all my stuff before I can really squeeze them. I've squeezed them, but I haven't really squeezed them. So I will continue to do that. The last page, the highlighted piece, that's a work comp view, just so that you can see payrolls and what I'm talking about in that those payrolls on the 25 policy don't match what we're going to use on the 26. So it is a little bit of apples and oranges. We had that meeting, I think I told you that last time, with all the auditors to clean that up. That number that's there at the bottom of that last page, I think that number's pretty solid. Outside of additions of staff and things like that. And I was just informed, Aaron told me that that was discussed in last August council meeting. I'm going to go back and look and see what those numbers are. Try to do my own math. That's fast, high level.
So at our January meeting, you will kind of give us your final whatever, and then we can make a decision.
Correct.
Yeah.
I will have it to you, I will email it directly to you prior to that with a
recommendation.
Yeah, and why I've come up with a recommendation. You're welcome to disagree with any of it. You got questions on it, phone's in my pocket, call me. And happy to discuss it with any of you or however we need to prior to that meeting as well, if that needs to be done.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you, John,
fast, but,
very much.
no.
This is great, and like you said, we are getting there.
Yeah, I think that we are getting there, and I'll send you that electronically so you have it. Okay?
Great.
All right, any questions?
Mr. President, I have a question.
Yes, sure.
After the testimony we just heard, if an animal was fostered out, there was some kind of a problem, let's say the dog bit their child or bit the neighbor's child, are we covered?
Yeah. I mean, it gets back to I'm going to say yes with a caveat of I don't know what an agreement. So if I foster a dog, I don't know if I sign an agreement. I don't know anything about that. So if I take that dog and I have an agreement, it might say that I'm responsible for that dog because it's in my care, custody, and control. And I believe also that would be the first point of liability would be it's the dog's in my possession, right? Bites you, my homeowner's policy would be first.
Thank you.
But I'm happy to look at that agreement if you want me to.
Not necessarily.
To
Not- I
give
don't
some
think we
sort of
need
an
to
opinion.
yet.
No.
Maybe in the future.
Yeah. Okay. That was
Thank
off-
you, John.
Thank
Off
you,
the
John. All right.
You bet.
Thank you.
All right. John, here's bid awarding for 26 Highway
Yes.
Department products and supplies.
At your last meeting, you took bids on highway department supply. We've been through the bid materials and have recommendations for you on the low bids and how to award those. So I'll go through those real quick. There's a memo summarizing. On the unleaded gas, we're recommending to Keystone Cooperative. Regular diesel fuel, we're recommending Jackson Oil. 70/30 winter diesel is Keystone Cooperative. For several of these items, there's quite an array of stone that we get bid prices on. Some producers have it, some don't. The prices vary, and then it can vary day to day who's running a certain size of stone. So we usually award to multiple bidders, so we have options when we need to go haul stone. So we're recommending we award to S&G as the primary for gravel and sand, Putnam County Aggregate in Greencastle as the primary for stone, Lincoln Park at Putnamville as the secondary for stone, and Martin Marietta at Cloverdale, I think, is the third option for stone. Pipe, same thing. There's several different items there, so we recommend awarding to Metal Culverts, St. Regis, and Civilcon. Plastic pipe to Civilcon and Core and Main. Asphalt materials, HMA Intermediate, FOB to Milestone, Surface, FOB to Milestone. Intermediate paver laid to Milestone, Surface paver laid to Milestone, and I'll note that those prices actually went down since last year. These are phenomenal bids for paver laid asphalt. Cold mix to Milestone, liquid asphalt applied to Milestone, liquid asphalt AE90S to Milestone, and then FOB asphalt to Asphalt Materials. Asphalt seal coat applied to Evergreen Roadworks. And then we got one bidder each on pavement markings and guardrail items, pavement markings to Accurate Striping, and guardrail items to Specialties Company. Those are on an as-needed basis. That way we have unit prices established. I would recommend awarding those based on that.
Chair will entertain a motion that covers all of that. I
Move for
don't
approval.
think we have to go bid by bid. Okay.
I'll second that as long as we're referring to John's memo and recommendations.
Yes. Okay. Very good. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed?
John, well, what are you gonna run on the road diesel? You run down as low as you can before you go to the 70/30?
I don't know what I'm not sure when they make the call and when to switch over. I don't know. That's a good question.
All right, our next
I'll find out.
agenda
That's okay.
item
Just so they do it.
Yeah.
is the Highway Department, and John is requesting that we increase the 3 credit cards that the Highway Department uses. One is at a $5,000 limit, 2 are at $1,500, and the request is to move those 2 up to the $5,000 limit, so all 3 are at that number.
We buy a lot of miscellaneous parts and supplies. Terry does a lot of shopping and finds stuff, so like apparel, safety apparel, gear. Sometimes we can buy cheaper on Amazon, so we use credit cards for that. Sometimes we need parts in a hurry and our normal vendors that invoices can't get them.
Right.
So we put a lot of stuff on credit cards, and we'd like to have all 3 of them up at
Is
5,000.
that a high enough limit?
Yeah, it should be.
It should be.
Okay, all right.
Move for
Chair.
approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Ann, do you need the credit card numbers, or do you have?
No, we have them.
Okay.
Very good.
All right, I've got them here for you.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna write a letter.
John, again, Ronald Reagan Parkway, Phase 1B, new roadway construction contract.
Last meeting, you officially awarded it, and then we realized that, I realized you didn't have another meeting in December. The closing for the funding on this, I think, takes place next, or later this week, I think.
Friday. Friday.
But you wouldn't meet again until January, and that's more than 60 days beyond the bid opening. And And so Greg recommended you sign the contracts now and we not distribute them until after the
Okay.
funding is
All
over.
right.
Is it this Friday we have the
Yes.
signing? At what
Yes.
time?
10 a.m., I think.
9:45 for me, 9:30.
9:30 for him, 10 o'clock.
Okay, and it's in room 2,
Yes.
conference room 2.
You get your own special signing.
So,
You gotta be
so
somewhere
do
tight
we don't
schedule.
need to act on this, we just need to sign it.
You've already awarded it.
We've
but you
awarded
haven't
it.
signed the contract.
Sign
already
it and we'll-
awarded the bid.
And we'll hold it
Yes, we're gonna hold it until we have the money.
till after the money is, quote, in Ann's
executed.
pocket.
Yep.
Right there.
Money doesn't
All
get
right.
signed and that goes in the shredder.
All right. Bob, why don't you go to those two and sign and we'll pass it down.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. Okay.
And then I'll shut up.
Ann, you are up. You want us to approve scanning services
Yes.
for
So,
$43,779.21.
yes, and this was the lowest bid. So these are for not only the cards that we currently have online that aren't indexed, but all of our plat books. So we don't have a lot of people who come in and look anymore at the plat books because so much has changed.
Okay.
But we still want to make them rather readily available. This just is going to scan them so that they can look at them online, and we'll put them away in the storage unit.
I like
to
that.
preserve.
Move for
Okay.
approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded, and I think if I read somewhere in
President
here,
only?
another one of the departments is using IRA services as
Yes.
well. So we know who they are. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Thank you. All right, our next agenda item is 2026 appointments by the commissioners. And quickly, if you pull that sheet out that Mila so graciously sent to us with all the markings in yellow of what we need to do for these appointments. I'm not gonna read these out loud, is that okay? I'm gonna do it, well, anyway, you'll hear me, so, all right.
I would be willing to make the motion that all the commissioner appointments that
That's what I'm looking for.
are current, that end 12/31, that we leave them the same. So that's in the
That's-
form of a motion.
Second.
That's that top box
Right, I
on
would
our
second
sheet, okay? So that has been moved and seconded, and that deals with, I don't know, 15
personal
different,
appointments, yeah.
whatever. So these are appointments of us on these different boards. All in favor of those, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, okay. Next is the Plan Commission, appointment of Margaret Gladden.
I would move to reappoint Margaret Glad.
1 year. It's been
Yes.
moved.
Second.
Seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, okay. Next is the Capital Improvement Board appointment for 2 years of
That one yet.
Jamie Bowler Smith.
We wait because we get something actually
From them?
the Capital Improvement Board. their
Okay.
recommendation.
We'll address that in
So we wait.
January.
All right, we'll address that in January. Thank you. Then we're going to wait for the Citizens Water Service Advisory Board unless somebody wants to step up and do that, because Jim isn't gonna be here. So Mila will bring that back at some point. All right. Community Corrections Advisory Board, reappointment these are 4-year terms. Stephanie Singh, and, hold on, Chad Boroff, and Charles Jones to reappoint.
Chuck Jones, the deputy? Is this a different Chuck Jones?
It's a different,
Okay,
different one. As I
okay.
understand, it's a different one.
And then it's been requested that we appoint Scott Licata for a 4-year term, replacing Chrissy Simmons. So those 4 individuals.
I would move for approval.
Second.
All in favor, we have others that are on there too, Rachel Hamby and
Those are the
Jim
only ones she's ready for
Vanderbilt.
right now.
Pardon?
Those are the only ones that Bridget's
Okay, for
reached
now.
out to you and are okay with for now.
Okay.
So we'll hold off on the others.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay. Reappoint Dr. Stopperich to
So
the.
moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay. Reappoint Ben Comer.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We need to appoint someone to the Downtown Danville Partnership, and I think somebody might want to do that.
I would be willing,
Oh,
Mr.
good,
President.
good. I
Okay.
move for Mr. Wicker.
Brad Wicker is his name.
Yes.
All right.
Commissioner Wicker.
All right.
I move for Commissioner Wicker.
I'll second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay, thank you, Brad.
Yes, thank you.
We still have a vacancy on the Economic Development Commission, so we'll move that down the road. Then on the Health Board, we have 3 4-year appointments. 2 of them are reappointments, and that is Brian Cobb and Debbie Campbell.
I'd move that Kent Elliott be appointed as well.
Okay, so those 3 names.
Second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay. Then Dave Wyeth wants to be reappointed to the Hoosier Heartland Resource.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay.
Eric
Moving
asked.
on, Eric and Tim Dombrowski. Eric will be the appointment and Tim's his proxy.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. And then the Indianapolis Regional Transport Council, IRTC Technical Committee, that's John Ayers wants to do that again, and Kim is his
So moved.
proxy.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed. Okay. Library boards, Avon or Brown? Avon,
Brownsburg's the first
Brownsburg,
one.
Coatesville, Clay Township, and one we haven't heard back yet, and that's Clayton Liberty Township. So 3, Avon, Brownsburg, and Coatesville, Clay Township.
Avon, we don't have to do this time.
We don't.
No.
Okay, so all we're doing is Brownsburg
Nita Morrison.
and Coatesville, Clay Township, Shelley Starbuck.
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed?
I'm
Okay.
guessing that April Brenneman will, she just may not have communicated.
They've been trying to get a hold of her and haven't gotten a
I'll give
response
you,
back
I'll
from
give you
her
the
yet.
number.
Okay.
Okay, so should we go ahead and reappoint her?
I think so. Well, then if she denies, then we'll find somebody else. But
Okay.
right now, I'll move for approval of
Okay.
April Brenneman.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay. The park board,
Move to reappoint Mike Hayden.
Second.
yes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? There you go, Ryan. All right. Purdue Extension Advisory Council, Shannon Griffith, Pat Wynn.
So moved.
All in, second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed. Our Recognition Committee,
Reappoint the same 4 members.
all, second?
Yes.
You moved, I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, all right. Redevelopment Commission, the RDC, these people need to be reappointed to the commission itself as voting members, and that's Matt Isbell, Mike Edmondson, and John Ritzman.
Move for approval.
Second.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And then Nick Allen, and I would like us to hold off on that,
Okay,
and we'll work on,
I agree.
we'll work on somebody.
Yeah.
All right. Self-insured committee, we just heard from John, so let's continue to,
Move to reappoint the same members.
all right.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay. Tourism Commission. We see the names here for 2 years on Julie Callis, Jennifer Smith. No.
Aaron Curry.
Aaron Curry, okay.
Those two, right?
And
Yeah, just the
Mike,
two.
or no, not Mike either.
Aaron and Julie today.
Okay, all right. Aaron and Julie.
That's my motion.
Second.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay. So you're gonna work on 2 others then, okay, thank you. All right.
Oh, that's not ominous.
You want him on there?
No, I don't want. I mean, if he wants to, he can.
All right, all right.
He's gonna fix my
Reappoint
problem.
the same members on the accident review board.
Second, and please convene the board.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
It's never
Okay.
been, and it
Move
needs
to
to be.
reappoint whether closing for county buildings is the same.
You just have to change one.
Well,
It's been moved.
no,
No,
I'm
it
getting
hasn't been
corrected.
moved.
I'll
Well, you
remove my
got-
motion. Because they only need one,
Oh,
don't you?
oh, yes. Well, John's there.
well, whether closing for buildings
Then we
should
just make it
include,
3 individuals.
it should be the president of the commissioners.
Jack
should take-
Sadler, Debbie Fletcher, John Ayers,
And it should be you.
And Denny Dawes.
On your first page.
Pardon?
Whether, I think you are.
Where is it?
On the first one, we have
On the
reappointed.
first page, you already were.
Oh, I'm already, okay.
I think you just make it,
I'm there.
leave
All
a
right.
vacancy.
We have a vacancy.
Got it.
So we
Leave
just-
it, leave it.
The sheriff, EMA, and engineer is all we need.
Yeah,
Move
and
for-
me.
I move for those 3.
Second.
Been moved and seconded for Sadler, Fletcher, and Ayers. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed. Okay. Thank you. And give that back to John, and you hold it, so we say put it in the mail. Check's in the mail.
One thing to add there.
Yes, yes.
I believe according to the resolution that established the Animal Control Advisory Group, you
Okay.
make the appointments to that commission.
That is
Okay.
So
true.
you'll need to make those also.
Yes.
We'll do that in
Okay.
January.
January,
Okay.
I'll add it to the list.
So Todd's name will already be on there. And I assume Raven Gerbic will be on there as well, I guess. And whomever else.
The
she
previous
gives.
animal control advisory group, which as a commissioner, I was on that. So you may want to put a commissioner on that as well.
Okay.
Help
So
yourself, Bob.
Todd and Bob,
I would do it.
all right, you're gonna be on there. We're not voting on it today.
No.
But you'll be
No.
on there.
Yeah, I would be glad to do it.
Very good. So our next agenda item is listed Citizens Energy
Thanks for
Group.
reminding us.
And what this is, we have been contacted by some citizens in the northeast part of Hendricks County, primarily Brown Township. The Citizens Energy Group is providing water to Lebanon on basically the LEAP project that is up in the Lebanon, Boone County area. And to get the water there, they're putting in a 40-inch pipe, I guess. And they have sent letters to 475 individuals, not all of whom are in Hendricks County, but many of them are. Citizens Energy Group is using a firm to contact individuals and say, we want to buy an easement from you to run this water line through the northeast part of Hendricks County, up into Boone County, and so on. And people have said, great, that's fine. We will let you do that if you pay us. Can we tie into that line so that we can get off a well and so on? And the Citizens Energy Group has said no. It's going to be totally dedicated to Lebanon and the LEAP project. And we want we, the commissioners, want to support the citizens that are basically saying, we would really like to tie into this water line, and please let us do that. The issue is, the Citizens Energy Group kind of has the ability to do this and do what they want, including use eminent domain on people's rights to get the line through. So we're gonna, by consensus, we're gonna put in our minutes that the commissioners of Hendricks County are going to write a letter and send it to the Citizens Energy Group. We're also going to send it to some of the legislators that exist, and at least try to put some pressure on the Citizens Energy Group to rethink this. Nobody's opposed to the line going through there. They would just like to be able to tie into it, and we think from a public policy standpoint that it's the right thing to do. But who knows if that'll happen.
Mr. President, if I
Yes.
might, and if they are not willing to allow people to hook on,
Right.
then, because my brother and I have been through this with 350,000 volt lines, with pipelines,
Okay.
that they need to be awarded a higher level of damage than they're going to offer. Because the damage that we have incurred for both of those things, the money we got at the time was nothing compared to what, it somehow needs to be prorated.
Okay.
So you can at least go out, say, 10 years, because it's not enough.
All right.
If they don't want to let you hook on.
So the way I see this, I'll work with Mila and Todd
Craft
and,
something, yeah.
and our council, and we'll craft something and get all of our signatures on it and send it off.
Yep, good for you.
All right, thank you. All right, now we're down to agenda item again on public comments from the floor. Is anybody here that would like to make a comment?
Jay Thompson, 7722 Quail Creek Trace. Just an update on the BDA. I was in Phoenix last week and stopped in at DMR Corporation. They make BDAs and all the antenna components. They gave me an antenna tap to put on the device so we have a proper termination for the coax. Paul and I went down yesterday and put it on and noticed power supply has gone bad for the BDA, so it's been off for, I don't know, a couple of weeks. Maybe it's been over a month since I've been here. So I got a spare. I dug out of my box of goodies at home, so after this meeting, maybe I can go down and hook it up and go out. Hopefully, if we get that powered up again, I can do some signal strength tests.
You don't have to go outside on the roof, do you, Jay?
No.
Dressed the way you are?
Oh, that's doesn't bother me, so.
Thank you.
That's what's going on there. And also, a couple months ago, I told you that I wanted to take some people into the highway garage radio room. I had 6 people from the Copper Mountain Marketing Department showed up yesterday for about an hour. So they got a lot out of it. They've never been in a radio site and see the tower, the base, all the coax. So appreciate that.
Thank you. You bet.
Thank you, Jay.
Anybody else? Jim? Yes, sir.
Good morning. Jim Murphy, 10726 North State Road, 267, Brownsburg, Indiana. So I just wanted to come here and keep these are things that are on all our radars, but I just want to mention them again.
Okay.
So as far as the closure along the 900 East between 750 North and Maloney Road, that we try to keep that open as much as possible. School nearby, do it in the summertime, and that type of stuff. And John, I know, is working on a detour route, so whenever that's available, we can get that. And that detour route I'm referring to is the one for the closure of 1000 North. Okay. And we were supposed to do a public hearing. I believe the date was mentioned 12/19. Is that still on? where it's going to take place. And that's
18th. It's on the 18th
18th? Okay.
at Brownsburg Town Hall.
Okay, so that's,
I think it's called Eaton Hall, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Eaton Hall on December the 18th. At what time? Dave, you
Is
know
that in
what
regard to
time?
the Thousand North?
That's that's the public hearing
Yeah.
for 1,000 North. I'll get you the time.
What day is that, John?
I believe it's the 18th, it's next
Of
Thursday.
January?
No,
No,
next
no,
Thursday.
of
Oh,
December. Yeah, yeah. An early Christmas present.
Yeah.
I believe it starts at 6.
That's what I was thinking. Okay.
7?
Yeah.
7?
I'm asking, is that what you said?
6.
Oh, okay.
I've got it on my calendar to be there at 5.
Okay.
Well, you're the guys that are putting it on, so I'll go with 6.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Dave. Yeah.
and
Go ahead, Jim.
then the closing of 1,000 North for the actual construction. You know, there's been some confusion. I know the utilities are going to be relocated in 2026, but it would be nice that that complete closure doesn't take place until 2027, but that's up to you folks. And thank you for the information on the bonding, because I was going to ask about that.
Yeah.
So we'll know something by Friday.
Right,
So
right.
whether
Well,
we've actually got a project
we're
money.
signing everything Friday, so then it's a matter of transfer of money. So, yeah,
Thank you much.
thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Yes, sir. Name, address, and social security number.
David
Sorry.
Wyant, 20 Raccoon Court, Brownsburg. You know, I never get tired of doing this, that I get a chance to speak to my public servants and commend you for your conduct, you know. These issues clearly are hot button,
Yes.
and that you provide that dialogue, that two-way communication before the meeting and clearly after the meeting with the board. I wish the rest of them were here to hear your actions on the Citizens Energy Group. You know, that if there's an issue of the public nature, you try to address that as best you can. Some of these things apparently are out of your control in regards to the legal leverage that they can exert, but you still want to make that available to our legislators and to those decision makers, that, you know, you're just not going to have Hendricks County people stepped on or stepped over in that regard. So I want to again to commend you for that your meeting forum and conduct here is dramatically different than where you and I used to come from, sir. And that's what brings me here. And that I never get tired of saying thank you to you and your staff and how you conduct yourselves here. So thank you for doing that.
Thanks, Dave.
It doesn't happen very often, but you know,
No,
every
thank
chance
you.
comes up.
Thank you. Thanks. We appreciate it. Any elected officials like to make any comments? Hearing none. All right. Staff reports. Mr. Ayers.
Pretty much everything in my report that we haven't already covered is just for your information. And I did forget to include in there about the hearing we have next week. That is the formal,
Yes, yes.
the formal public hearing for $1,000.
That's fine.
John, I just confirmed this, doors open at 5:30, it starts at 6.
Okay.
All right.
But everything else is just for your
We
information.
didn't get a community crossings grant.
We did not.
We did not.
No. I asked that question, the NDOT, what happened? They said, talk to your legislators.
Oh.
The pot got changed a lot this year and reduced quite a bit, and they're changing how they distribute it. There's a, I don't remember what it is, but there's a hard population cutoff. A certain percentage has to go to communities below a certain threshold. But like I said in my memo, we've gotten awarded every year but one since 2016 for over $9 million out of this program, so.
Yeah.
Can't really.
We've done well.
And we've got quite a bit of money for the Ronald Reagan Parkway last go-round, so
Good.
it was our time.
At the Indiana County Commissioners Association state meeting, several other county commissioners told me their counties received zero community crossing dollars as well. So
We just didn't know it at the time.
right. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
That's where I found out also.
Yeah, we were.
I found out the letters had gone out last Monday, and I said, well, I didn't get one. I guess that's not a good sign.
Right. Yeah. All right, Todd, you have a long report for us, so thank you.
Yeah, I've been reporting to you for the last 2 weeks straight.
Yes, you have. Yes, you
Didn't have
have.
anything additional to it.
Todd, we thank you. for all you've done.
Tirelessly working on that.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Deeply appreciate it.
Yeah. Mr. Morris is nothing.
Just had a couple of updates.
Yeah.
First item and the second item, we did get someone, we offered the job. Everything's going well, so we should have that position filled.
Very good. Great.
Thanks, Doug.
Paul, Mr. Weddle.
Most of my stuff was just updates on what we got going on at the work release. They're putting the rooftop units on. They started on that last Thursday, Friday, and yesterday. So they picked the coldest days of the season to do it. But it's been going very well.
Yeah.
So that's going on. Tomorrow, I'm meeting with TK Elevator. This was not on my report, but I just found this out yesterday evening. I'm meeting with them tomorrow morning. We're going to start kicking off the modernization on the elevators here in this building.
Good.
Good.
And then, Paul, you had down to add the coroner's office on our snow removal contract, so go ahead.
I have not, I've not talked
Right.
to All Terrain yet about the pricing on that, but I'm looking into that. Would you like for me to just do our coroner's side of that, or do you want me to do the whole thing?
We own the property, so
Do it all.
probably do the whole thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Yep,
All
thank
right,
you.
You bet. Let's see. Mr. County Attorney. You still with us over there?
Barely. I will tell you, though, I have contacted citizens, and they have not got back to me.
We understand.
Yeah.
I don't, but.
Well, we understand the same way you do. We don't understand. Mr. Wyeth said it all.
Yeah.
Commissioners.
I have nothing.
Nothing. Let me say, Mr. President, you did a really nice job managing the discussion.
Well, thank you.
I agree.
Thank you. All right. I appreciate that. Thanks. It's important. It's important to do that. It is. And we need to be polite, professional, and
Always.
they responded that way to us. It didn't get out of control, so that was good. That was good. I'm going to make a couple of comments. One is our 4 items. We congratulate the Mill Creek School System and their football team winning the 3A state championship in football. That's Cascade High School. And we congratulate the Brownsburg School Corporation and their football team winning the state 6A championship. Congratulations to them. Also, the Brownsburg Marching Band. If you turn on the Rose Parade on the 1st, they are marching in the Rose Parade.
Awesome.
And the Avon Marching Black and Gold, I think I said that correctly, won again the Bands of America National Championship.
Shocker.
So,
3 years in a row.
how many?
Impressive.
3 years in a row.
3 years in a row. Okay.
Apparently they're good.
Yeah, they are very good.
They're all right.
Right, right. And with that, we will wish everyone Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. Thank you for all you do for Hendricks County. We are adjourned.
Indiana report.
Morning.
Morning.
Pretty straightforward month, nothing really to add to my monthly report, a written report, unless you guys have any questions.
Okay, you guys are trying to be easy on us from this
Yeah.
morning, aren't you?
I prepped them beforehand.
Grabbed you, Brett.
Yeah, right.
I do have some good news.
Okay.
Good.
So we have been working with our lobbyists, Matt Norris and Greg Ellis, and they're saying they're having pretty good feedback on our proposed language to see if we can fix the exit 59 issue. We are still waiting on what's going to happen with that other case before the IURC, but I'm hearing that there's good reception on our proposal. So we'll see. And actually, Greg should know about it as well because we're going to reach out to Greg also. So positive news on that. And just wanted to ask if you've had an opportunity to review the ordinance and if you have any corrections or language you want edited, and if you think we're still on track for approval in January and an effective date in April. And again, I can follow up with Greg on that.
There was a little bit of email correspondence. I think we are on track.
Okay, great.
Yes. I looked at it and then
I did too.
got consumed by some
And I would,
active individuals.
Mr. President, I would
Yes.
say, I think it's
We're
okay
there.
to move ahead.
Okay, great.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, I'll follow up on any corrections. Thank you.
How about our engineers?
Hello, good morning. Okay, we're gonna keep it quick, but we do have a few things today. Written report, keeping all developments, we've been pushing out some plan reviews and some testing and construction inspection. One thing I have, two things today. So one is just kind of a heads up. So as under our on-call agreement, periodically bring task orders of special kind of projects that Jim will usually ask us to do. One that he asked me to prepare was to update kind of the northern part of the county and just thinking about planning and how do we, we've got our project that's going to be going out for construction here at the beginning of next year, which is using the ARPA funds. And that project came about from master kind of planning efforts that we did to get us north of where our current sewers stop. And that led us to that project, planning and being able to justify it. So now thinking, going all the way north and just how do we serve that area with growth, with road, we always like to be ahead, just knowing what's coming, and so that way we can respond to questions and inquiries. So I've prepared a task order, and normally what I do is I present it to, I provide it to Jim, and he reviews it and executes it. So just, this is I guess it's part of a transition.
Yeah.
Want to talk about moving forward. So I have the task order here. I can give you each a copy. Just defines, what my scope is and hourly not to exceed budget, and that is all our hourly rates that are defined under the on-call that we use. So I can provide that to you. You can have Jim sign it today if you would like, or Brad as the president, you could sign it. But just kind of thinking, moving forward, what this process will look like. So I wanted to present that today for you to look at. So.
And again, this is something that Aqua will work with Structure Point on looking at what those options for this planning area is. So it's something that we definitely want to have an idea of what the flows and everything coming out of that area in the future.
Yeah, so just how do we serve that area and what that will look like.
And we're supportive of it.
Mr. President, if I may, in your opinion, since it's ARPA money to do some of that, that's a limited amount of money. Is that gonna?
That's for the construction project, so.
That's a separate.
That
It will
project.
cover it?
Yeah.
The ARPA money
is to build it.
Is for the pipe.
I know what I mean, is the amount sufficient?
No, it is not.
That's what I thought.
It is not. It was when we signed it, so we don't know what that excess will be, but probably a couple million.
Okay.
Which we'll dip into the cash for.
Yeah, so
And
that
if there's any ARPA money left over
from other.
that needs to be spent, throw it our way, but,
Yeah. Yeah, that
And-
project, Bob, will go out for bids here towards the end of the year, and then we'll get those bids in, I think we target end of January, and then try to award that project at the February board meeting.
Okay,
So you'll
because
see those numbers here pretty shortly.
I think the ARPA money needs to be
Spent, yeah.
allocated or spent by the end of '26.
Yeah, so that's why we're getting this out to bid and start getting those pay-ups and things moving, so
Very
we
good.
can do that.
Good.
So you haven't seen this, Jim,
Yeah,
I took a look at it.
other than it says you'll be our owner's rep, like,
Yeah, I think
maybe
that-
not.
Pardon?
yes, that's how I
Oh,
normally
yeah, yeah.
write them, is just, list
A
somebody.
retired owner's rep.
Listen, yeah, you know, you're gonna have these coming forward. I thought now was a good time to not have me be the middleman. I can sign it if you want. I usually sign those. And I'll say, well, just like this. And from a conceptual standpoint, so you understand,
Oh, yeah.
our plant is down here. Okay, so everything that we pull comes all the way down here. So as this opens up here and we try to move there, it doesn't make sense to move it here. There's gonna have to be a plant, or we're gonna have to send it to Whitestown, or we'll cut a deal with Brownsburg. I don't suggest that, but also Liston, I would try to buy Liston's wastewater treatment plant, then you can go north out of there and come in this way. Anyway, just ideas, but that's kind of what Karen and Jim are gonna be working on, is, okay, what are the options instead of piping it all to that one.
Yeah, I mean, the whole sewer district from its conception always started from these kind of plans, right? Just the infrastructure we have today was all brought about by planning studies like this and then moving into projects, so. Is that for your review?
So,
How would the board like to move forward with execution of the,
Mr. President, I'm gonna kind of defer to you because you have a good understanding of this kind of stuff. It looks to me like everything's covered there.
Yeah. I'm probably okay with it.
do we want Jim to sign it, or do we want me to sign it?
You, because Jim, he's not gonna be here. Oh, no offense.
I think in the
And that's
future,
fine.
and that's kind of why we brought it up, just to have this discussion. I think you're gonna want to see those. I would go ahead and sign it. I've seen it, I'm fine, and the job that we're asking them to do is valid and important.
So we're gonna need to keep moving.
Yeah, that's right.
To make sure, so we need them on board.
Right.
So I would move, I don't know if it's not, I would move approval of that and
I'll second that.
you to sign it as president.
Sign.
Thank you.
I mean,
Aye. All those in favor of the motion signify by aye.
Aye.
and just as a side note too, as soon as that next phase of the Reagan gets done,
Yes.
then that's gonna open up 1,000,
Yeah.
all the way out to the county line, east and west. So that's why, to me, really that was the whole point of getting the project and using the ARPA money now, so that we can get north up to 1,000 and be ready to deal with some of that.
Jim, the ARPA money amount, I think, was like 3.5 million.
It was 6.3.
It was
6
like
point.
5 to 6,
I was dyslexic on that. Okay. 6.3, and you're saying it's gonna be maybe 2 million more.
We may need $1 million more, or a little more, but
Okay.
just, we'll see what the bids come in and then we can present that to you.
Okay.
But again, we have that cash,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we're covered.
Never very gold water, million here, million there.
Yeah, right, yeah. And then one other item, just talking about transition, we put this on the agenda, or we had Jim put this on the agenda, which is transition plan. I think that's the next item on the agenda. Just between myself and Jim Shields, thinking through tasks that Jim does, and we want to continue to be your partners and make sure those things all get done. So we just put together a quick list, and this is not anything you need to make a decision about today. This is just a thought document. So a draft of tasks that we know that Jim does, and then how we can help support you in getting those done. So some of those things, answering phone calls or emails, posting things on the website, different things.
That's an abbreviated list.
Yeah.
This is going back to
The
Formation.
original
Yeah.
job description
Oh, wow.
of Mr. Martis.
Yeah, I found that in our
And
files.
she found that, Karen found that in the file. Some of that is not relevant to today's
Technology.
technology, but conceptually, that was what his job responsibilities were envisioned. And what Karen and I decided, we talked, tried to consolidate into this other listing of, what tasks, and we brought to light some things that we really need to sit there and come back into, i.e. like the document that you just had for transfer of ownership. Whenever a transfer of ownership comes in, there is a signature by the president, but then it was always attested by Jim Martis. Does that attesting now need to come back to Aqua from my standpoint to attest a document? It comes back into approval of delegation, and I think this comes back into, does that need to be a motion from a board in the future? We don't need to make a decision today. Let's get that. We're just bringing to light, these are some of the things that we will probably need to work on this spring as we do the transition, and how the delegation of authorities, responsibilities, what do you guys want Aqua to do? What do we want Structure Point to do? And knowing that we're here to work together as partners, and this has been a very good relationship, and we want to keep this strong going forward. So,
Well, and just take care of the things in the background that we know, you don't necessarily even know are happening, but we want to make sure they still continue as they should. And so we just wanted you to be, be transparent and let you know what we see in the background. One of those things is down here about invoicing and things like that, and you've got Paula here, and you've received, I believe, a proposal from her, and so it kind of becomes part of then the team, right, of how do we keep all the pieces moving forward. So I did list Paula's name on some of these items, assuming that that is something that goes forward with the county.
And I have never intended to overstep my bounds, what you want me to do. But I can see a whole bunch of little things that I don't want you to have the bottom fall out from you at the end of January. So I've instigated, to try and make sure those things are covered. How you want to handle it in the long run, that's between you and all of these people. That's your call. But I know some things that have to be done, and some I's that have to be dotted and T's that have to be crossed. So I'm trying to put those in place so it doesn't collapse. So I just want you to know that that's what perpetuated all this. Your call, final, but certainly on day one, when I walk out of here, those invoices have got to go to our Exit 59 people on the 1st of February. And they need to go out. And then those monies need to be received. And I mean, that's just one minimum thing, but I'm happy to do, I'm here for your bidding, and I'm gonna spend the rest of my time doing those kinds of things.
You're here through the end of January, is that correct?
January, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
but we've also been having some transition meetings with Jim, and even coming back into planning meetings, at Structure Point's office. So we do have a couple others scheduled here through the month of January, so that we can make sure that we have everything covered from our side.
But yeah, just want to present the information today. We're happy to, have any other special discussions or just talk more at the January meeting. But wanted to just start the conversation and let you see what we're trying to do in the background to help.
Direction or thoughts from you all is one of the things that we really wanted to sit there and have
We appreciate that.
Mr. President?
Yes.
If I might, I trust you, but at the same time, we're the elected officials, and it's incumbent upon us to sign, any of those documents, and I don't want to defer that to an appointed person. So, but we're going to have to figure out who's going to do that. And that gives us a little time to do that.
Right, yeah.
And I think that's a great attitude. I mean, and they understand that. That's your role. And just
you gotta work it out.
I trust our president, if he says, I've signed it, I'm fine with that, but it needs to be an elected official doing that.
Oh, I signed it.
But also from you guys as directions, knowing that it's kind of an odd situation that we've got, I want to make it easy for you, but also to protect and defend what you're signed up to do. So I'm going to operate with your guidance. But I know that if I'm sitting there, that's how I'm trying to look at it. If I'm sitting here, see, what don't I want to happen when I walk out the door? And if that's fine, we'll continue to work in that way. There's still going to be a whole host of minutia that will have to be divvied. I just need to know who the players are going to be or not be, so that
We'll have one meeting in January, and I think at a minimum, Jim, you and I will have a meeting maybe before Christmas, definitely after Christmas, and likely have a couple of meetings so I can get a better understanding of where these responsibilities lie and get some insight from you. And I think this is a wonderful starting point from a document, but why don't the two of us plan to
whenever works with you, I'll make it.
And Brad, if you need anything electronic, just let me know. Yeah.
Also with this too, the other part is gonna be hard copy records. You're gonna have a whole host of financial records, and then you're gonna have a whole host of business type records. But like when I hired on, I mean, it was a different gig at that point, but all the records they had were getting trashed. And I was digging them out of the trash. So I don't want that to happen.
We'd rather not see that again in 2025, 2026.
Yes, yeah. And so anyway, just stick that in the back of your head.
All right, you and I I'll reach out to you.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
And we'll set a couple of meetings to discuss what our best path forward is. All right, and really, you just gave us our exit 59 I-70 update. Is there anything else to add to that?
No.
Okay. How about financial status?
Got all the info.
We have dollars.
Info there, reconciliations.
Anything to add to financial statuses before we move on to claims and approvals of payments? All right, claims and approval of payments.
Town of Monrovia, $16,136.83. Stillwalt Witham and Young's, $930. Hendricks Power, $872.68. Fluid Waste Services, 3167.50. American Structure Point, $12,862.50. Aqua Indiana, $1,262.33. Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion, a second for claims to be approved. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, additional wishes to be heard.
I would just say for our record that we are also working with Paula and her proposal to us, and we're gonna work through that somehow and
Yes.
work things out. So it's on the record, so.
Understood.
Yeah, thanks.
Nothing else before us. I will, we do have legal counsel.
Well, you need to make a determination when you want to start the process for the rate increase.
Oh, sorry about that. I had that down.
We started that discussion, you were out of the room.
Okay, do I need to make a motion? Probably. I would move that the, how do I say this? I would move that the information that we were presented from Aqua, I guess, from our Aqua, that we approve allowing them to move ahead with planning for that rate increase to be effective, was it July?
April 1st.
April 1st, yeah.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Will we have to have a public?
Yeah, so you have to advertise for like an open, like a special meeting.
Okay.
Ordinance hearing or something. 'Cause I know we've done it before just in the board meeting, but it's like during the meeting, we kind
Yeah.
of close the meeting, then we open the
Like we do.
ordinance hearing, and then, yeah, we have to advertise it in the paper ahead of time.
Is that something that we would want to address in our January meeting, or is that too soon?
Well, I'll share with you what documents Aqua has done. A couple of, because we're over 5%, we have to actually send a notification to every customer that this is going to be considered. So, yeah.
Within 7 days, right?
Pardon me?
Within 7 days of passage. I believe is how it reads.
I can't remember the exact timing, but yeah.
I think it's within 7 days after passage.
We want this done.
Effective April 1st.
Effective April
We
first,
want it effective April 1st,
hoping to have it approved January.
in January.
Well, you can start the process in January.
Right.
You wouldn't do the final adopt in January, because you have to have that meeting.
We at least have the public meeting in January.
You can do the public meeting.
Let's shoot for that.
Okay.
Shoot it down.
You're talking about having a public meeting sometime in February, March, as long as it gets
Yeah,
done.
that's what I was gonna say, you wouldn't have to have it in January.
I'll share those to make sure you're okay with them too. Okay.
If nothing else before us, I will adjourn our meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here goes Jim.
To Matt and,
Thank you.
Greg, all of the house.